Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey.
How are you? How are you
Hello.
doing? Oh man, I got the wrong background. I had to put the Adam background up. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Hey
busy.
everybody, it's Ron with Ron's computer videos. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get uh, Sad Mac No More in the actual session with us here because he seems to not be in here.
Yes,
All right.
please.
Sorry about that. So, Dave, if you're hearing this, check your Discord because I just sent you a message. Please go ahead and follow this link and come in this chat, not on the YouTube chat, so that we can talk to you for just a few minutes about this amazing horde of PowerBook machines. But while we're waiting on Dave to show up, let's take a couple minutes and let's go ahead and let's greet all of our cool people that stopped by this evening. So, Dave.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave, and thanks for inviting me, Ron. Eager to see all your goodies you got there. And yeah. And it's Garth.
Hey, I'm Garth Beagle. Everyone knows me, of course, because I'm Garth, the parrot. Dave knows me. I know Dave knows me. I'd be super cool to see. Yay!
Hey, made it.
Yay!
Dave. All right.
Hey, how's
All
it
right, Dave, you're
going?
on. No question.
So, Garth, go ahead. Are you going to throw to Dave?
Yeah, we're throwing it right to Dave.
Okay.
Right in the fire.
There we go. I had the YouTube on as well on a different tab, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a lot of hellos.
Echo. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a really funny set. Yeah. So anyway, happy to be here.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Dave looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
looks
Dave,
really cool.
Dave,
Stayed
who,
for long,
who are
unfortunately.
you? Who are you? That is the question of the evening.
That's a great
Do,
question.
introduce
Who am
yourself,
I?
kind sir.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Dave. I'm Sad Mac No More, and I live in the Bay Area. So I've had the pleasure of meeting Garth in real life once before, which is great. This lovely Centra 610 came from Garth. Thank you, Garth. And as well as a repaired Apple CD 300, which is really awesome. But yeah, I'm Dave. I live in the Bay Area. I've been a Mac fan since almost just after I could walk. And I'm really stoked to have found this community about 2 years ago. And I probably started using Macs when I was about 3, and I had an LC that was given that same LC that was given to me, really, Mac LC, not 1, 2, or not 2 or 3, or 475 or whatever, but it was just an LC with an Apple IIe card that I didn't know what to do with, but was given to me from the original owners that I had played with when I was 3. Around when I was 13, I got it, and then from there I kind of really connected and grew a collection, and then I lost that collection through, growing up and moving on, and then have really reestablished my, my passion for this. So when I'm not raising a 14-month-old and trying to run a household, this is, one of the things that I like to do.
That's great.
So,
And
yeah.
that's and I really appreciate you taking a few minutes. We'll
Yeah.
get through. We're gonna go through and do the rest of the introductions, and I want to leave
Yeah.
back to
Okay.
Dave.
Sorry.
So
Great.
that we can,
Cool.
No, I understand. Just because you're kind of limited on time. So, Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. Adam's Apples on YouTube and Hulkintosh on the Twitter or the Mastodon. And I'll just keep it at that because you're in a rush to go back.
Hey everyone, I am Will, K-Mac Vintage. I'm living in the Cayman Islands, so I'm probably the only collector down here. Hey everyone, anyway,
Uh-oh.
Somebody's echoing.
Who's echoing?
Who's got a window open?
I'm probably the only collector down here. Not me.
Somebody's echoing.
Who's echoing? The only collector down here. Not me.
Oh, it's Adam.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I think it was me somehow. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, I am rushing to get some SE30s fixed up because I need to be giving one of them away soon. So anyway, I'll pass it on to actually Eric.
Eric Sedge. You can find me on bitbang.social and YouTube and Twitter and I snuck into Steve's basement. Does anybody want any?
That looks like Steve's basement. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I did that picture because I was just like the amazing stuff.
I'm just
that he
waiting for
has
Tom
down there.
Scott to show up.
Right. Exactly.
We should start laying these on top of each other.
So, Sad Mac No More, Dave, was very kind. It was just an average afternoon, and he reached out and said, "Hey, I'm over here at this place, and there's a bunch of cool things. Do you want anything? Like, look at all this stuff. Like, what do you think's any good?" And I'll let you tell the story.
Sure thing. Yeah. So I'm part of a Discord group here in the Bay Area, and someone was trying to liquidate a lot of. I don't know if I'd call it a collection. Yeah, I call it a collection, and you know they had to shrink down, not liquidate everything, but like shrink down their collection. And a friend of mine and I we went to the place, and we found it. You know, I had a few things that I had in mind, but I just kind of wanted to see what was going on and check it out. And so it was awesome. I mean, we only had a few hours to go and check things out, but I mean, it was like metro racks full of stuff, and it was not just Macs, but all sorts of different hardware from all sorts of different eras and types. And I know that Ron had messaged out to the community, hey, if anybody has PowerBooks, I'm really trying to put together, a collection and try to, put together different pieces of them. So I saw a stack of PowerBook 100 series, and I was like, I gotta let Ron know, like, this is something that he could, really, could maybe use. And so I took a picture, I texted him, and that's kind of how it all happened. And then it took me a while to get all the materials to package it up and send it to him, but here we are. Tonight's the night.
Tonight is the night. We make history. So again, Dave, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you reaching out to me about this. But the really cool other thing is Dave also had a PowerMax 6500 board.
That's right.
So that way because the idea is that at VCF East this year, DOS Dude 1's going to be there doing like some of his weird magic with different old pieces of hardware, and I'm on the list to get a G4 upgrade, or is it G3 or G4? I can't remember. I'm thinking
G3.
it's maybe G.
You can do it in the L2 slot, probably, right?
Oh no,
It's on the
desolder the chip,
Oh,
hot air
cool.
station
Right,
the chip.
right.
And I guess this other chip is just a direct replacement.
Yeah.
And you change a couple
great.
jumpers for bus speed,
Fab.
and away you go. So
Oh, there we go.
very
Well,
exciting.
that's awesome. Yeah, because you also posted, hey, does anybody have a 2 PCI slot riser? And I saw it, and I was just like, hey, do you still need this? So that's what I think kicked off the 6500 conversation. And you're like, oh, does he have the whole board? Like, yeah. There it is. Hopefully it works. Did you test it? Or is that?
I just today unboxed everything is the big thing. So
Oh, right.
Otherwise,
Okay.
I would have. Hey, Joe.
Joe!
Otherwise, I would.
Joe!
Oh, nice. Check it
Get
out.
that all taken care
I'm
of.
just here, random. Haha, box!
That's actually in this. It's now in there.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what did you end up picking up that day?
I picked up this SE30. I also picked up a box of 540Cs, which I've been trying to. I haven't done anything with, but there we go. And maybe one of these days I'll stream for the first time, and you'll get to check those out. But there's actually some pretty exciting stuff.
It has an intact back door on a 500
Lots of
series. Oh my
540
gosh.
I love it.
All three of them do, actually. This one
Oh, wow.
is probably the worst shape.
We'll
And,
take 1 second
yeah.
to make this really awkward since he's in the chat. But Garth, thank you for the
Look
for
at
the-
that guy there.
for the super chat. Quack.
Nice. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Trying to think, what else did I get? Those are the primary things. I mean, I was looking. I had an SE30, that I had gotten for free when I was growing up, and tossed it, unfortunately. And I've been wanting another one, and I'd love to soup it up. Not maybe to like Sean at Action Retro's degree, but I'd like to do some fun stuff with it. And Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, I got a video card finally for my Duo dock that has some video issues on the main board. So I have yet to put the Duo dock back together and finally be able to use my Duo 230 that I got. And so I think those are the main things I got. So I didn't get as much. I actually got less than you did.
Well, I appreciate you like just taking all this time and picking things up and shipping and all of that. So
Sure.
again, very, very kind. The
Totally.
pardon me. I'm fighting some sort of springy cold or allergies or something. So I apologize for coughing up front.
You're not supposed to inhale the Mac dust.
I know. I went to the Herb Johnson School of Macintosh repair, so I inhaled all that moon dust. But no, again, thank you so much for doing that. It was very kind, and this is a big help because I actually, because of like this, I've filled out. I now have all my 100 series PowerBooks that I need to complete.
Oh my gosh!
Collection.
Great.
Nice.
That's awesome news.
The only one I don't have is the 190 because that's not really a 100 series. I would say it's a 500 series that's just rebadged. So I don't think it's really a 100 series machine. So
I hear you. Well, once you start to open them up, I think I labeled most of them on what I could find. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much. Again, that's really cool. So the plan tonight is to crack them all open, do smoke test, and just take a look, and then maybe figure out what I need to do to kind of consolidate parts between different machines. So actually, the toughest thing for me to get for a while was I was trying to get a couple of PowerBook 150s because I have a really nice one, cosmetically nice, boots, everything's great, but it just has vinegar syndrome. So I did a stream a long time ago where I cleaned the screen off. And I actually bought. Oh, I reached over as if it was sitting there. I have no idea where it is. I guess, but I bought a polarizer. It's somewhere down here. I bought a polarizer, and was able to kind of like, hey, it works perfect. And so, but somebody actually recently, I picked up another 150 that's got a perfect screen. So I just need to find both of those and consolidate. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Bad.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So. I guess we will. Everybody knows who Joe is. Joe's Computer Museum, jcm-1.com, for all of your Blue SCSI and other weird device needs. Actually, Joe's ears must have been burning because I was.
Dave knows too.
I had a thing earlier where I bought something from Joe, and every time I hold it, it's like those people. These guys have already heard the joke. People at home haven't heard the joke. It's like people that have had their brain bisected, where they've had the hemispheres of their brain disconnected. So if you like hold something in your right hand and look at it with your left eye, you can't identify what it is. You'll just be like, oh, it's a thing, because you're locked off from the side of your brain that can make the connection those between things. But it is a bag of things for the 2GS. They're like slot covers and stuff. And I bought a bunch of Adafruit sort of like extension cables and things like that, thinking I could use these, and I guess maybe I can't. So I need to talk to Joe at some point about what his recommended reseller is for all the extension cables and things like that.
Adafruit.
Well, see, the thing is though, is all their cables are like, maybe I'm doing it wrong, like they are. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, and that's probably it, because that's most of my issue most of the time. So, because I'm just doing things wrong.
Doing it live.
Yeah, we are. Hold on, I get stuff happening.
Live is best.
Oh my gosh, there we go. Hey, MacEffects, thank you so much. 99-cent super sticker.
Woo!
What's that? I already did Quack, so it's like, what's the tonk? Like the Susumi. Yeah. I need to better familiarize myself with all these old. Oh no, the best one, the System 7. Ding ding. Or the System 6.
I was thinking the same thing.
Clink clank. I love that one. They never should have gotten rid of that. Just the best. So thank you again, MacEffects, and thank you again, Garth.
I'm probably gonna use this opportunity to sign off, and I'll have to catch up with y'all later.
Yeah, again.
So good to see you,
Nice to
Dave.
meet you, Sad
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, thank you. That's
So,
what I love
thank
about
you.
this community. We,
Yeah. We get together, we do fun things.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're on the Discord now, so we can better
Yes.
coordinate for
Thanks so much
future
for the invite.
shenanigans.
Totally.
So,
Right on. I can't wait.
yep.
We'll
Have
see
a
y'all
great
later.
night.
Have
Thank you
fun.
again.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep.
See ya.
Cool. All right. And then there were 8, 6, 7. Then there were 7. So, all right, we will probably get started. We're at the 17-minute mark here, so we probably can get the ball rolling on actually doing what we're going to do this evening. I know, yeah, I did that. That one works. I did one of those, but I mostly mean the like the like HDMI, or would be like the USB extension. That's really the big one. Because the Adafruit USB extension, it's kind of rounded on the back. It doesn't like pass through. So I don't know how long the stems are. Maybe that's the thing that I'm doing wrong.
That part I can't help.
Okay, so maybe there's a better extension that I need to order that would be more compatible. I also lost the one that for Ethernet. I bought a damn Ethernet extension, and I misplaced that too because I just finally put my Ethernet card in my 2GS. So we will figure that out eventually. All right.
Ethernet.
Ethernet. So we're nearly at the 20-minute part. We need to probably get the ball rolling on this. So I'm going to switch cameras here. And actually, if you guys are hearing my Discord notifications, I need to kill Discord. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to switch over to the bench main cam. So let me go big. Hey, there we are. Okay. I'll move my fat ass out of the way here in just a second. But there are 9 PowerBooks to go through this evening. So we will 9 times.
Repeat 9 times.
Exactly. So let me get the logos out of the way as well. There they go. All right, here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a look-see at this. If you guys would be so kind, keep an eye on chat. And whatever you guys want to work on, we will have some fun here this evening. If anybody has to drop out, again, there's no shame. I realize this is kind of starting late, so just only stay as long as you're able to stay. So, all right, here we go. Here we go, y'all, as Steve would say. All right, we got some stuff to work on. Get some light. Okay. The first machine here it says screen failing. So Dave was very kind. He kind of took a look at some of these machines. He also covered up the make sure that no packing materials or anything made it inside the machine, which is awful nice of him. Get that out of the way. Get some of this other stuff out of the way. It's going to be an hour and a half of me pulling tape off stuff. Okay. So, this right here is a PowerBook 165. This is kind of one of the later machines that Apple released because this addresses a bunch of the complaints, which is, hey, you need a machine that's got video out. No offense, but having a machine that doesn't have video out is really a pain in the tuchus. Because I wanna be able to hook up a big monitor and stuff when I get back to the office, and especially in the days when these machines only had passive matrix displays. Come on. Okay, so on disassembly on these PowerBooks, pardon me, I need to get a drink. That's what I'm gonna do. Disassembly on these PowerBooks is pretty straightforward. There is a Torx 9, a T9 screw back here in the back right next to the modem port. And then there are some, let's see what size they are. Probably T10s. A T10 screwdriver will definitely work. And there are some smaller stuff inside that you might have to mess with. So.
But does it have a liquid metal T1000?
It does not. It does not have any of the other ones from the sequels. The weird stuff from the sequels.
Oh.
I think one of the best bonus materials in like Terminator 3, a movie that basically Arnold Schwarzenegger just paid for to make sure that it got done, was that there's like a scene where it's showing that how Arnold got picked by the government to be like the model for like the Terminator. And he's dubbed over, and he just said, "Hi, you guys." He's got like a southern, really weird, goofy accent, and then like there's a bunch of people sitting around a boardroom watching this video of him talking about the program and everything, and one of the executives says, "Hey, we're gonna do something about the voice, right?" And one of the guys in the room, like a little wormy guy, was like, "Yeah, we're going to fix it." And he sounds like Arnold. And I was like, "This movie is just so ridiculous. You should have left that out."
Jeez.
All right, so we've got everything separated. Now, the way to do this, you always make sure on these machines that you get the battery removed. You see this one; it's got some issues. It's got a problem with one of the feet here and stuff, but that's okay. All right, so to actually get to the part, you kind of just slide it a little bit as much as you can. You'll kind of pop loose, and you can just get your thumbs in here. I don't know. Hopefully you can see. There is a video cable in there. You just put thumb on either side, give it a little push, it'll come apart. And then what you can do is kind of lift and give it a little wiggle wiggle, and it'll come apart. And so now you have 2 pieces. So this one here, I can tell you right now, just based on this discoloration, there is actually, let me zoom the camera in ever so slightly. Give me 1 second, this is all Elgato magic now. Hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bit too much magic. Okay, that's probably good. 130%. Okay. As you can tell over here, you see this kind of discoloration. They had a battery leak on this one.
Oh no.
So yeah, so this the NiCad battery on these like to leak and leave a bunch of like blue oxides behind. And so if you have a battery that's in your machine that will not come out, it is probably because it has swollen and will not come out of here. So the only thing you have to really worry about is that can, depending on how it's leaking, that can actually migrate over here to these copper leads on the battery connection, and then it'll make it down to the board, and then your board's dead. And you're not going to have a good time if that's the case. But otherwise, this machine looks to be in pretty good shape. A lot of these use tantalum capacitors and stuff. I think only really the PowerBook 100 is the only one that has surface mount. What's the proper term, Joe? Sorry. For those capacitors.
Surface mount.
Surface mount, but what's their what is the
Electrolytic.
electrolytic?
Oh, that's
thank you. Yeah, electrolytic. Yeah,
Yes.
has a bunch of electrolytic capacitors and stuff in there, and so that is why a lot of those PowerBook 100s just aren't having a good time these days. Now, something else to keep in mind on a lot of these. Thankfully, this one, the like the 165 and some of these other machines, the floppy or the SCSI cable for the hard drive, it is underneath the board. The only way to remove the drive is to actually remove the because this is the motherboard and this is the daughter or the daughter card. And then if you have a machine, some of these machines also have a second over here that's got RAM and ROM and stuff on it. That's called the cousin card. But on these machines, you just want to go slow because a lot of these little areas where you have a like little brass sort of fitting, like this one right here is probably I'm going to be able to show you because it's broke. See, these come out just fine, but if you're unscrewing and it just lasts for like 100,000 years, it's not because you're chewing big red gum. It's because it's actually broken free at the motherboard. And so a lot of these, your best bet is just to use a little bit of super glue. You can glue all that plastic and stuff back together. So there's an edge connection on this side over here. And what you can do is just kind of grab one end, lift it up a little bit, get the other end, lift it up a little bit, and you should be able to pop that apart. This appears to not... Okay, yeah, it was really holding on, so had to give it a little encouragement.
Hey, Ron, if you find that you need another cousin card, let me know. I bought one thinking it was memory a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you see here how this little brass doodad. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too hot.
Header.
It's not really
Spacer.
it's not really header. It's the receiver for the screw. So it will pop out of the board and it will never work again. But there's knurling on this one end, and that is the end that goes on the board. It's threaded all the way through, so it is possible. I've seen people put them backwards. It's knurled, and it's actually, it has threads, but the threads taper at this end. So people start screwing it, and they have a bad time. So there are some little spacers that.
What Ron's trying to say is don't screw your threads, Buzz. Just
Don't whiz on the electric fence, I guess is what I'm saying.
don't lick the metal bit.
Yeah, don't eat the yellow snow. So, so as you can see, it's all surface mount tantalum capacitors on here. You don't really have to worry about. Here's this is the fuse. I think this is the fuse for the battery and such. So there's also this little connector right here is a thermometer basically. So that way, if the battery does start to overheat, it basically cuts everything. So it's fused in a couple of different ways to try to keep things safe. But on the board itself, again, you've got all of these tantalum capacitors all the way back up here. Here's the modem connection. Here's your DC input, SCSI. This is ADB. You've got video out, and then you have 2 serial ports. You got a programmer switch and a reset and a power button. The back plane of this is the same on just a ton of different models, including this one. But you basically get all the personality of the machine from the daughter card that goes on top. And so this one here, this model does not have an FPU, because you would have the. I'm fairly. Is that true? Am I getting that correct? I was pretty certain that, like, if there's supposed to be an FPU in this model, it'll be soldered on underneath here. But I could be wrong on that. But they've got some nice little heat sinks and stuff like that on there to try to move some of the heat out of the machine. And this one is in pretty good condition. 165C, not too bad. All right, so let's go ahead, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull the hard drive out, because I pulled the hard drive out of all of these guys. So, all right, so to get the SCSI connector off, you just hold the board down, give it a little wiggle, that'll get out of the way. Whatever you do not flex this cable too much. These are very brittle, especially now that we're 30 years on some of these. So you just want to make sure that you don't stress this cable too much. If you store this cable, try to store it in a static bag or something that's going to try to protect this from any kind of like shearing side to side, because that's what tears it. It'll tear right at this corner, and then it's done. At that point, you've got to find a new one. And I do not know of anybody making modern replacements. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to pull out the hard drive and floppy cage here. This one is broke. I don't even have to take it out. This one right here is broke. I don't even have to take it out. See how it lifts up on that side? It's all that stuff's broke. Let's go ahead and release the floppy. There are 2 little clasps on the sides. So you do have to lift that, and then you can pull that up out of there. Now you're set. On the front, there are 3 screws and a little metal contact that you have to push. So I'm gonna really baby gentle try to turn that, and it seems like it doesn't want to turn. So, trick of the trade is to use some pliers, if I have pliers. Yes, I have pliers. You can use some needle nose pliers to kind of hold some of these little brass stems, so that way that hopefully they don't break off when you try to unscrew them. I really need better ones. Oh, is this already moving? Yeah, it's already moving. Never mind. That one's broke too.
Sorry, Garth.
Yeah. Did you call it, Garth? You're like, oh, it's already broke. Wait, what do you even do? Okay, this one gave out without breaking. So there are different screws. These are little silver screws here versus the other ones. Is this one broke too? Yeah, this one's broke as well. Okay, so again, they all break. Now, the only thing holding this in is there is a metal little clip here. It is basically just, if you imagine, it's like this. You just want to push it in, and that will make it where you can lift this baby right up out of here. Okay. I say that, but I haven't lifted it up out of there yet, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot also. This model also has the there's a little heatsink that comes off of that part right there, so you just need to make sure that you do not damage that pulling it out. I think probably best on this is going to be to actually take the board out, so we'll do that. You can get, there's a little nut driver that you need. There are just a couple of these that you have to remove. I have never encountered these being broke. This specific part, I just think that this is maybe these weren't like torqued in like.
Gosh, Ron, you have this right down. How many PowerBooks have you actually taken apart?
Me? Oh, like
Yeah.
a bajillion, I think is the,
cool.
the official total. Okay, see, it's only those two little things to get that out of there. That's why it's no big deal. And you just make sure don't crimp your. Oh, sorry. You also do have to release the thermistor cable over here on this side too. And oftentimes you'll find that the inside of that is corroded. What are you gonna do? So you go ahead and you just pick this up. And let's see, what am I getting hung up on? Okay, there we go. And you can just slide it out. Now you can lift up on all this stuff that's not 100% wanting to give up. There we go. Okay. So we can lift this up out of here, and this one's not wanting to come out 100%. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Yep. All right, there we go. And we have it down to the chassis.
Nice.
So at this point, if you want to release this, my advice to you is take a spudger or your thumbnail and just run it inside that SCSI connection back and forth, and that will give you enough leverage to then disconnect the drive.
So not a quick jerking motion against the cable.
Yeah, not a quick jerking motion. That would be bad.
Take your leg muscles completely out of the equation.
Right. You are going to you might bend some pins, but they're brass and they'll bend back pretty easy.
Shearing.
Is that the proper term? Shearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because
So,
Maybe that's a big old hard drive.
but here's the deal. All of these are dead. There are none of these that still work in 2023. None of these.
I have
work.
one.
So
Lies.
And
It works now, but
like a banshee
next
when
time you
I'm
power it up.
well, you just jinxed yourself. So
Oh, I
probably
pulled
doesn't
it
work
out.
now.
I'm not using it, but it was booting.
Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
could I interrupt you for a moment to ask you guys for advice on something?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yes.
I'm trying to resurrect this PowerMac 8500, and it comes on and I get a Happy Mac, but that's all it does. And I've tried three SCSIs and internal
RAM?
and external.
RAM?
You've
RAM?
thrown different images at it too, and all that, I presume.
Yeah, I tried an 8.0 and I tried a 755.
Okay.
I think it's got 6 RAM sticks in it. You think maybe I should just pull out all but
Put it down to minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it has any on board, just put it down the onboard and just see what happens.
We need a battery. Sorry.
Battery?
We need
Well,
a
it comes
battery
on.
intervention with 1 bit.
Adam, you just have the stock CPU still, right? You haven't upgraded it or
Oh,
something?
that's the other thing. Is this 8500 is the one I thought was dead, but it turns out when the newer tech G3 or whatever it was doesn't work in my 9600. So I think the CPU might be bad. So I have right now the 200 megahertz 604E from the 9600 in the 8500.
Nope. It
that
may
won't
not
work?
work depending on your rev of 8500.
Oh, well, why does it come on and show me a Happy Mac? Is that
Because it might get that far.
and
Yeah,
then-
it's
the
happy right up
8500
to that point.
The 8500
Yeah,
ship with the stock of 180 604E. But yeah, that might be the problem though. Don't you? Do
I
you have
thought all
like a
these parts
G3
were
card?
compatible. Well, I have the newer tech one that came with the 8500, but it does not work in the 9600. So now I'm thinking this card's bad.
Which speed is it?
It's a 466.
Hmm.
newer G3 466. And I put
Yeah, I
it
mean,
in,
honestly, there's a good chance it's failing on the processor card.
Okay, I know the 9600. Some of the cards were weird.
Yeah.
Like 9600 only type stuff. Maybe that's it. But I did try this G3 and the 9600, which does work. And it doesn't work there. This card doesn't work there either. So maybe I just don't have a good card for the 8500. Anyway, that's all I wanted to ask. I don't want to take Ron's time away. Thanks.
No, it's all right. That's all I got to say about that. But what you do want to do, if you're watching while Adam was telling this little story there, or asking for tech advice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and try to get some of these repaired, or get these kind of stabilized. And the way you do that, again, is you try not to super glue your fingers together. That's the first thing. So you try not to be disruptive if you can, and then you basically just try to reassemble things as best you can. So like this one was kind of a clean break along the bottom, so it is it's moving, like it's really shaking. It's not good, but it will probably firm up and be good enough if I just leave it like that. There are a couple of other ones here that are still stuck to the bottom of the drive cage, and those are pretty easy. We can fix those. A lot of those can just be glued back in place. So we're just going to go ahead and use a pair of pliers, and we'll... Oh, man. Talk about torsion on that cable. I guess I got to hold it.
So do you find that super glue works best for this?
Yep. You can put epoxy on it. That's fine. But the whole thing is that you're dealing with very tight tolerances on some of these things. And if you try to put epoxy inside the monitor itself, as Colin did a video about it a long time ago, you'll end up where it's slightly too tall, and now you have a gap in your case. So if you don't want a gap in your case, I would say just do your best and try to use super glue. I use the gel just for control, so that I can kind of make sure that I know where it's headed. But this will definitely stabilize a lot of these, because it's basically dust. A lot of this is just dust around here. It's sad. This one's in really great shape. A lot of them have like a little metal thing, so there will be like a little plastic doodad there. You can see where it has like a little tab sticking off of it for registration of the EM shield. And what you can do is, while it's drying, make sure hold all that stuff in place.
Sorry.
Quiet, you. Don't bend them up too much, because then you'll end up with stuff that's out of whack. So just
Welcome to an insane.
just go slow.
I thought I held down shit. Okay.
We're doing
Ron,
Yes, sir. Have
this
the
just-
porno
this-
have the porno bots showed up?
no. At least I haven't seen him yet. This is a modeler's trick when you super glue a couple parts together to make it stronger and give it a lot better shear strength.
Breathe on it.
You can use some carbon dioxide. You can use a little bit of baking soda.
Mm-hmm.
Just put around it, and that will make it set up a lot faster. And then you just blow the excess away, what doesn't stick to it, and it'll make it a lot stronger.
Right. What doesn't stick to it makes us stronger, Dave.
That's right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just blink.
Thomas the Tank Engine, but okay. All right.
Who might give you lemons?
That's all I had to contribute to your
No,
teardown
that's
there.
great.
Yeah.
No, that's excellent. That's excellent advice.
Yeah, I've used that to make patching material for small, tiny cracks and things.
Yeah, it's amazing. It works quite well. Yeah.
It sets up very fast, though.
It does. That's why you want to get it where you want it, then put it around it, because there's no going back after you do that. Yeah.
I have found that it doesn't work as well on the gel type super glues.
No.
No, you want to use the regular super glue. Yeah. The real runny kind. Because you can build it up. You can build it up
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Oh man, that just stuck right to my finger. Let's see. So we've got.
Your mic's a little distant, Ron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking down at the thing.
Somebody-
Sorry.
Let
So
me get this
And-
guy
and
on
Eric,
wire-
I got your-
wireless.
Your GPUs in here, Eric, for your cube. So there you go. So it'll go out Monday.
Awesome, thank you.
Did we figure
I'm
out that was
hoping
the
that's the
problem, Eric,
problem.
with the GPU failed?
Sorry.
Did we figure out that that was the issue? By we, I mean everybody but me, because I wasn't involved.
It kind of eliminated everything else except the logic board, of course.
Gotcha.
So. And I'm making arrangements, thanks to Ron's help, to pick up a couple of cube parts, sorted parts, and a couple of power supplies. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, like the power supplies might need a little bit of work, but they are complete. They are not. Eric, please make a cable kind of
the
situation.
cable's not cut from them. So,
Tools. Disk tools. Is it under disk tools?
it's someone in Canada, but fortunately, they're close enough by that we could do a pickup.
Oh, in
Nice.
Canada. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Image. Create new image from disk. Sure.
And then all you have to find, Eric, is those USB speakers for the cube to get the bong out of it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And if you find them and the surrounds are all shot, send them to me. I'll recone them for you, and I'll actually use rubber surrounds, and they'll last 20, 30 years.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
It's not long enough for me, though, Dave. Sorry.
You forgot.
No
Garth
good.
is
No
important.
good. You know, it's funny, Eric. I have a little adapter thing. I need to find it. It's somewhere. It's something I've had for a long time. It's just a USB to little breakout thing. I think it's made by Griffin, but it's perfect because it's just a USB thing, and then you plug it in and just basically get analog audio, and it works perfectly with any speakers. And anything, I think you can just plug it in literally because the computer has no audio output, so it faults on anything you try to run that has audio.
I noticed that it's unusual.
Zoom zoom.
No built-in
Zoom
speakers
zoom
kinda lame.
zoom.
So that, and I need to eventually get a cinema display for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, itchy.
Golly, come on.
I'll be quite happy if I can get it running.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I sure hope. That's why I keep looking out for stuff, just in case. All right, this may be impossible what I'm attempting here, which is basically
impossible.
it's so impossible it's impossible.
I had one of those posts broken in 3 pieces, and it took JB Weld for me to get it stuck enough to work.
Yeah. Well, I figured out which two go together, so that's always. I figured out which two actually go together, so that's always.
I do remember about 15 years ago when I was getting rid of Apple stuff that I had, a bunch of Apple stuff. I was like, I'm going to keep these, portables, various portables I had, because they've got built-in screens and they're better. And honestly, now I realize it's like, no, they were not better.
I'm in danger. I just saw Joel's thing, and I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I
think I saw.
I
a
really like
question.
the active matrix display on the is it a 180C I've got? Yeah.
Mhm.
Except that you can't upgrade the memory in the darn thing.
Set that out.
No, I'm just using gel, which doesn't work so hot with that. So
I did.
I've had pretty good luck with the gel stuff on these, just because it does take an extra second for it to kind of bond. So, and it is
Yeah, I
entirely
prefer the
possible.
gel too.
Yeah, I just
It gives you a little wiggle room working with small parts to get it right in the right spot. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry.
Trina's not here. What are you doing? What are you sorrying?
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, this one here is the in-depth one because we actually have some fun things to do. The rest of them we're just going to go through. We're going to open them up, look at RAM, look at hard drives, things like that. Maybe discuss some of the differences in some of these models, and then we'll just open it up to what anybody else wants to do. So, okay, so I've got the last little piece of plastic that we're gonna try to set in place there. Man, it looks like a pig's ear. Oh, awful.
Did Dave remove all the batteries out of these already?
Oh no! Did you just see what I did? I just sheared the whole thing off.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that's okay. That's okay because you know what though? It's sometimes you got to jam a paper clip in a one of a kind machine to be a kind of a a warning to other people.
Yeah. Well, the case will hold it together, Ron.
Yeah. So, but here we go. So these are going to
Stop
be
making
good
noise.
enough. These are going to be good. These are going to be
Sorry,
good.
this Mac over here, it's got a vibrating fan. It's going in my ear, and I want to stab like sharp objects into my.
So we've got
into my
so there's that.
brain.
Okay. So we've taken a look at this machine. We got a good idea of kind of what its dealio is. Feeling good about that. So, okay. We are going to put our drives and everything back in place. And it's pretty good. Everything lines up pretty well. Apple, this is... I'm of the opinion this is a pretty well-engineered product. As you can see, there's that little metal tab that I was talking about. And what you can do is when you get ready to put it back in, you can pull it back out so it locks into this little tab over here. But you do what I do. You just push it and flatten it out, and then you never have to worry about it again. It can't hurt you anymore, Joe.
Aww.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's get some of our stuff in place for screwing things back in. That's really high. Did I mean to put that there? Maybe I didn't mean to put that there. Oh, I didn't mean to put that there. Oh, it's the wrong... is it the wrong thing? What did I do?
Uh-oh.
What did I... Uh-oh. What did I do?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, it's the wrong... yeah, I glued the wrong thing in. Again, I am a warning to other people. So...
Don't do what Ronnie don't does.
Yeah, don't... Yeah. It's a real Goofus and Gallant moment here. So what did... so where does that go? Where did that come from? Okay. Well, since it's
See,
not
once you
like...
take them apart, then you got to put them back together. That's the trick. That's how they get you.
And you got to remember how they get together.
Okay,
The problem area
re-break
of
it.
mine is the screen hinge area and all the mounts for the bezel.
Yeah, that's never a lot of fun. But we'll talk about that here in just a sec, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Camping by building tents from
I'll
laser
probably
wires.
spend all summer tearing apart my PowerBooks and having them in piles around my office and getting ready to put them all back together with the right caps and stuff.
Nice. Okay. So, sorry. This tall one goes over here, and the short one goes over here. I should have been paying better attention there. But we can kind of shift this one around, even though it is kind of getting turgid. There we go. Okay. I think
Hi,
we're getting there.
My name's Joe, and I'm a famous person.
Hello.
Hello, Joe. What do you know? Just got back from a Broadway show.
These are the worst designed clips in all of Christendom.
Oh.
Kind of like pushing like.
There we go. Okay. I say there we go, and then it shifted again.
There we go.
Just blow some
Remember, this is a family-friendly stream.
baking soda.
Oh, hey, Ron. It looks like Jim is in backstage here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Jim,
Jim.
He's in purgatory.
your name is Jim.
Tell Jim that Joe will continue to make Star Trek 3 references.
Out of danger.
You saved the ship,
Spock.
No one in the control room.
You saved us
What
all.
an evil person. Why would you even say that, Jim? How dare you, sir?
Jim.
The Noive.
Does an 8500 need a PRAM battery to start?
No.
I
Shouldn't.
didn't think so. I still can't get it to work.
Needs a hand crank.
Have been and forever
Oh,
shall
yeah.
be your friend.
I am. Would you like a marshmallow? A marshmallow.
A
Marshmallow.
marshmallow.
I have my marshmallow.
Yeah,
dispenser
unfortunately,
right here.
I want to say that stupid G3 card should work, but you said it doesn't work in your 9600 though.
It does not.
Yes.
Every time I do
That should
something
just
with
leak
8500,
through.
another piece falls off.
It's the worst.
Yeah, they'll do
clips
that.
ever.
Do you
Ever.
have to have drivers for that card?
It'll
Yeah, it
boot.
should
I mean, they should boot. Especially if
I mean,
you said it's a Power Logics one, right?
That's a newer tech.
Or newer
But it should
technique,
boot the
yeah. Those are
machine
good
even
ones,
if it doesn't accelerate.
so. It'll boot.
But it's not doing anything. I took all the RAM out except one stick too.
Just
Yeah, I think if that's not working in 9600 too, then there might be something wrong with that card. And then unfortunately, that's a good chance the card from your 9600 just won't work in the 8500.
Yeah. Well, the 8500 was sold to me as broken, and so maybe that card was just bad. I will have to find another CPU card somewhere. I'm gonna give up on this for now. I'm gonna go back to the 9600, but I'm gonna take all this RAM I took out of here and stick it in the 9600. It's 244.
I have a
megs.
I have a 266 megahertz one I can probably lend you or give you.
Hey, well, that'd be nice. It's
The
not
Power Force
urgent
one.
though. I've got a question though. Will the cache from an 8500 work on a 9600?
Depending on which 9600 you have, it may or may not need cache on board.
Okay.
So if it was the what is it? I'm sorry, Tsunami in Kansas. I can't remember the code names ironically.
9600, 200.
Before my time. But yeah, so like the later ones, like the later Power Mac 9600s, had cache on the cards and stuff. But it just wouldn't even have the slot.
This
My
cache,
mom just.
it has the slot. It's just not full. But on the other hand, this cache card from 95 that I've got here it's got MT RAM on it, so I'm not cool.
Probably fine. It's
I'll
probably
put that to the side just in case I decide to try it later. None of this RAM matches except these two, so I'm not even going to use these.
But I could just send you that card. Honestly, I could test it in my 8500 and send it to you just to make sure that actually works and stuff. That way you can tell if your board's worked or not.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know if the 8500 actually works. And I'll give you the card right back if it either way.
Doink.
So. Doink.
Nobody tell Eric Helgeson I'm supposed to be building blue scuzzies and don't feel like it.
Oh yeah, Jeremy, I've got a 400 megahertz card. A G4 card. He's a 9600 on and off. They'll boot without drivers and stuff. So based on what Adam's saying, I'm guessing there might be something funny with that card. They'll definitely work in the 9600. Definitely.
I'm going to try the newer tech in the 9600 one more time just to see, but.
And definitely like clear PRAM and hit the old PMU reset on the board and everything, just in case.
The other thing with the 9600 is it doesn't want to reliably start from the keyboard. It only wants to start from the power button, which is weird.
Okay. All right, so we have our drive cage back in. We got our floppy back in. We got all of our cables situated correctly. My advice is when this is still kind of like in flux with all of that repair stuff, you want to make sure that you do not torque this down like you are, you know, a quarter inch or, you know, a quarter turn past type and then round it off. Yeah, don't be that guy.
You just break them all, man.
Yeah, you're just being silly with that. So
Don't be silly.
don't be silly.
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
Then you could do one of those plexiglass computer displays like Dave's got.
Oh yeah.
What?
So we're just going in reverse order here. Again, my advice on this is 90% tight. Just because it's there's a lot to shear off. It would be really great if someone were to basically, I mean, you can go through, and I'm sure with like some shoe goo or something like that, you could like model up like some of the bases and just stick the brass back in there. Man, that seems like a lot of trouble. Okay, so we're gonna plug our hard drive back in. We're gonna plug our floppula back in, making sure that we do not damage the connector. That floppy is bent a very certain way. I had a vendor back in the 90s that I'd buy some of this stuff from, and they would basically just be like, "Oh yeah, it's fine," and they would flatten those cables out, and they never worked again. They just never worked again. All right, so I made a rookie mistake. I accidentally let the thermistor cable slide under the board, but that's pretty flexible. You can pull that right out of there.
My mom wants to watch this live stream.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
She's gonna
Why
get
this
very
one?
bored very fast.
Why this one?
Tell Janet we'd love her to be in here. So. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oops! As you can see, I've already broken some things. Some stuff has slidden out where it's not supposed to be. Okay. We're gonna try to straighten that out. Great. We're gonna put all of our little offsets or our risers back on. We have our board. Remember, the video connector goes towards the back.
Hush. Stop making noise. Thank you.
Make sure that before you do this, that you absolutely have your SCSI connector plugged back in, or otherwise you will be taking this back apart shortly. And what you want to do is even pressure on this header down here. Just even pressure, because everything else is just like hanging in the wind. So you can visually check it to make sure that it's lined up. Looking good. Let's go ahead and let's get the rest of our screws back in place. I was going to say.
Great.
Remember, 90% tight.
Go away. Auto fill. Just go.
Ron, would you recommend using one of those powered screwdrivers for this part?
I would absolutely not. I would absolutely, because you need the feel of, like, right before you strip everything out, you need to be able to feel it.
How about a Dremel?
I mean, you might use a Dremel later to like grind off your mistakes on the board, but
Like where I was jabbing it with a paperclip.
yeah. All right. So this this right here is not doing well. This is one that kept turning. So all right, good enough. Let me make sure it's not going to come up out of there. It's anchored just a tiny bit, but it's not going to come up out of there. Okay. So we make sure we've got all of our plastics out of the way. Everything looks good. Board looks pretty good. I didn't see any obvious damage on it. Okay, so now let's talk about the screen.
Oh, jeez.
All of these, there is a DC to DC board that takes power and video signal and everything like that off of the Macintosh logic board and gets that up to your display. But the DC to DC board, there are some tantalum caps and stuff on here that you do have to kind of be aware of. That if they blow, you'll see some darkness back here around the plastic or on the back case of the machine. But I mean, the chances it's going to blow is really low, which means it'll blow in this stream. There's a lot of these that are kind of the same between different models. You do not want to anything that is PowerBook 150. The PowerBook 150 is basically a duo, so you do not want to try to attach any other screen to that because there are some wiring differences and it can cause you some real grief. But this board right here, basically, this is the interface for the keyboard and for the trackpad and everything the trackball and all of that. And then it feeds up to the display. This is also where your CMOS battery is, or your PRAM battery is. PRAM batteries can be dead on all of the PowerBooks except for the PowerBook 100. PowerBook 100 actually requires PRAM to actually boot. The rest of them, they don't really care. This board also has your speaker on it. So it is possible, if you have a ton of these, you could just pull this board out and you could just be testing motherboards with this plugged in, and it'll boot up and you'll hear chime and SAD/MAX and any kind of things you're trying to troubleshoot. Okay, so there we go.
Hey, Ron, can I ask you to do me a huge favor for a half second?
Yeah, what's that?
Can you make me big for a second?
Yeah, sure. I'll pause.
I'm ready, Joe.
Okay, hold on, Joe. Here we go. All right, Joe, you're on.
Hi, Mom!
Yay!
Okay,
It's
Hi,
Joe.
Joe's mom.
Hi, Joe's mom.
Hi, Joe's mom.
Hi, Joe's mom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks.
Joe's mom.
Yeah, hi, Joe's mom.
Hi, Mama Joe.
Ryan says, didn't Colin 3D print replacement standoffs for the nutserts to replace the ones that fell apart in the PowerBook? I think that he printed the stuff for the screen.
Yes.
But actually what I think he did is there was an original part that were just like little plastic rectangles with holes in them. And I think what he did is he remixed the model where it connected those two, because otherwise the original model was, hey, print one, print the other, and people would glue them in and they would be like a millimeter micron off, and then you could never put the screws back in. So I think what Colin did is he remixed the model so that way that there is a raft that connects those two, so you can lay it in there, glue it in place, get it ready to go, and then snap the raft off. So I think that was, I don't think he made the original model. I could be incorrect, though.
I think I remember seeing that video where he described it and what he was doing. You're right.
I think he made the raft, which is no small contribution to that, because before that people were just like jacking things up and then being really sad. Okay, so let's go ahead. I have a known good power cable here. And this machine looks to be in pretty okay shape. So to get that back together, we're just going to let gravity help us out here. I've got it, because there are some little latches here in the front. You just get all the latches lined up. Make sure that your EM shielding is there are a couple of tabs on the bottom of the trackball assembly. Make sure that those tabs are on this side of the EM shielding. And then basically all you got to do is just let it rock together. We're going to use our fingers again to reach down in there and just make sure. Actually, I'm going to use thumbs. I'd better luck with thumbs. We're going to stretch this and get it straightened out. That cable is pretty stiff, so you can get it in there pretty good. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's make sure. I heard something pop on the front. Sometimes it doesn't do that. So you can straighten it up, and then everything works okay. Looks good. All right, so let's go ahead. And we're going to put a screw or two here in the bottom, just so it doesn't try to walk away on us. I do like this dinosaur sticker. It adds a lot of class to the place.
It's from the Jurassic Park.
I was going to say, if you're going to keep the sticker, Ron.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is a 165. Actually, if I have a machine that has like inventory control stickers or something from a school district or anything like that, I'll leave it on the machine. I love that stuff. I know that there are people that are looking for pristine machines that look like they just came out of like, the showroom or whatever, but man, I really do like seeing machines that are like, yeah, it's like this has got some history. This because I actually have one. I used to work for MicroAge a million years ago, and I actually got one recently that has a MicroAge inventory control sticker on it. So it must have been a corporate off-lease kind of thing.
Speed stickers.
Okay. So last screw we're going to put
Love
in
asset
is
tags.
the modem sticker. And everything looks good here on the back. Everything's lined up. That looks good. All right, let's give it a shot. It says screen is failing, but that doesn't mean that it has failed just yet. The whatever you call those, the hinges seem to be in pretty good shape. This is a passive matrix model, so it ain't gonna look great. All right,
So
here
it
we go.
looked like it was failing from the start.
Yeah,
It's all scary and blurry.
contact.
Contact.
Well, it's got a backlight anyway.
We have shine.
Yep. All right, I've got the display turned all the way down, and then we can adjust it a little bit. Let's see, I've got it adjusted up all the way. Oh, I wonder what I did with my PowerBook video cable. Oh yeah, it's around here somewhere. Actually, I could have a monitor hooked up and actually on some of these just see if they're doing video out. That seems like something a smart person would do. Let's see. I can probably shift some stuff around here and do that. Oh no. All my SSDs, they went flying.
Oh.
That's alright. Nobody likes this.
This chimes in. What's on?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think this is the box that has that. Oh, Adam can tell me if he wants this or not. It's a Accelerator 2 board. It's a Radius Accelerator 2. I have no idea what it accelerates, but I mean, it's Radius, so it's got to be good, right?
No, I don't want
Quick
that.
Draw 3D accelerator card.
I'm
need it.
burying myself back here.
I want one of those ridiculous accelerator cards for Quick Draw 3D.
Oh, that's... Maybe I don't have a video output cable here at home. Maybe I have one at work.
Come on, join the party. Dressed to kill.
Yeah. Joe, Roger Daltrey keeps calling and saying we can't afford these songs.
Sorry.
Okay, I guess I don't have one here. I must have one in my box of tricks at work. But it did make a noise, which is always good. Let's see, maybe I do have a box that has some PowerBook
Ow!
in it.
So Dave, have you considered how the time change is going to affect your stream tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.?
Be the same for me.
It'll be just more coffee involved.
I put out there. I'm reminding everybody about the time change. So we'll see.
Dave's you for the first hour or two.
Dave's is actually pretty late. Think about Retro Mapcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I don't see any video.
Nice.
I don't see anything going on there. But
Just
that's-
jam the
Oh no!
controls
Sorry,
back
I
and
had
forth.
it.
Yeah,
I
there
had
you
it
go.
going I didn't
Sorry.
have,
Sorry.
have all my stuff correctly.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
Actually, that looks like a pretty good system, honestly, Ron. The display's kind of reacting okay to you versus some of the ones I have.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We can see the flashing folder there.
Ew.
Yeah.
Pretty neat, right? Pretty cool, right? All right, hold on one
Why
second.
is my hand hurting? It's because I have battery acid on it.
Ow.
Wash them.
Now I can't get the 9600 to work.
And I blame Adam because he's the one who gave me the battery bomb machine.
You didn't throw that away yet?
It's got parts on it I can use to repair other machines.
I mean, the case. What's wrong with this computer?
Everything's broken says that Dave's stream starts at lunchtime for me.
Uno momento, por favor. So now I have got to do some stuff here on my desktop machine. As Bruce would say. Got to do a few things here.
Excuse me.
Get the guns off there.
I'm not actually tired.
Sorry, I know this is boring for a second, but it wasn't really exciting before, so you're not really out of anything, I don't think.
How's it booting? I got no video. No.
The Power if it's PowerMac 9600 with a lot of RAM, just do a soft reset. Let's do the RAM check.
Hang on, Sloopy.
I see the blue SCSI blinking as if it's booting, and when it stops blinking, I can hit the power button and it goes bong, like it's asking me, "Are you sure you want to shut down?" But
How much RAM do you have, RAM, in that 9600, Adam?
224 megs.
What?
Ooh.
What it came with.
Can a 68030 boot 761?
Yes.
Okay, good. On 4 megs of RAM?
was gonna put another
Probably. I mean, it'll
228 in
complain
here.
probably, but it'll boot.
Okay.
Okay, that was
Maybe.
odd.
I mean, depends on what you have. Yeah, it's funny. I ordered a I ordered a Power Macintosh G3 desktop system. Yeah, because of things in it. Anyway, and it came, and the person sent me the totally wrong system.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, this is not. And by the way, this thing is purely for parts. And I'm like, yeah, this is terrible, and this is not the right system. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll send the right one Monday. So I opened the one today, and it is like comically, horribly dirty, disgusting. So I'll have 2 piles of dirty crap.
Oh, no.
Right.
Just put them in your dishwasher; they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
I'm seriously hoping the other one actually
Put
comes
it in
because it
the
has 2 bits in it I
dishwasher.
really, really want. We'll see you, Rich Tech and Die.
Yep. Have a good evening. Thank you. All right. So let's see. What am I doing here? I
Nobody knows.
Apple Legacy recovery CD. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. That's good stuff. And then I gotta have the. Oh my god. Ah.
Is this that cider press thing you're using?
No, this is whatever the hell it's called. Basilisk 2.
I'm bringing this stuff on my PC.
So I'm using Basilisk. Oh, actually, what I did is I used the PC version of Disc Jockey. This is the ridiculous number version. What is it? It's ridiculous something number version.
We're gonna get that special.
Really
version that
outrageous
makes-
number.
Yeah, we're gonna get that version.
I think if you just reach out to,
So it's not released then.
it's in the mainstream revision for Mac now,
Okay.
but it's not in the mainstream revision for PC yet. I don't think. But it is pretty handy because you can make up to 32 gigabyte images.
I don't want that. I want the.
I made a couple 60 gigabyte images for my, and also a 120 gigabyte one. They didn't actually work, so.
Oh. Well, I don't know about
Not
that.
using-
I know for a fact 32,768 is just fine.
Yeah, I just I just did it manually using DD. So, I've spent like about 3 hours on it, not a lot of time. So,
Oh, just
most of
3
that was
hours.
waiting for it to build and copy.
Wow.
Launch Basilisk 2 again. There we go. Do we want to format? Yeah, absolutely. Make Rocket go now.
So I hear that soon there will be Blue SCSI version 2 for PowerBooks.
Yes, I've heard that as well. I'm
Blue
a big fan of
SCSI
this.
2 for PowerBooks?
That's what I've heard.
Really?
Yep.
They already exist, my friend.
So
Yeah.
based on your webpage, I looked
In
at it
your
today.
mind.
I'm like, oh look, they're coming. I was actually going on the I was trying to order an external one, but yeah, I don't need it yet. Just
My stock, I have to limit the amount of stock that I have available for sale at any one time, or else I end up doing absolutely nothing until I've sold all the things I have, and then people keep yelling for more. So
You gotta keep them wanting more, Joe.
I also got to keep my sanity at a manageable level.
That is the most important part.
Do you want me here tomorrow to build your Scuzzy? Then just let. I'll get to it. It's all good.
Oh, son of a diddly. Come on. Work with me here.
Look how fast that boots, Ron.
I know. That's how fast that web thing should boot. Oh my god. Oh, why? Why?
What is it? Just crashing?
It's just crashing.
That's awesome.
So I think there might be like a rogue instance of it running or something like that. Let's see. No, doesn't appear to be. All right. Well, it woke up today and it chose violence, so I will do it a different way. It's okay. This is how it goes. I probably need to reboot my machine to clear out whatever is dickering, as my high school guidance counselor would say. Whatever is dickering this process. All right. So got that. Got to add // that. Looking good. Start. Make rocket go now. Okay. So let's reformat this again for like the umpteenth time. If it crashes Sheep Shaver, I'm going to be really upset.
Or Sheep Shaver's like a little bit better.
It's nice because you can load like 4 GB disk images and stuff like that in it, whereas you cannot do that in whatever the Basilisk 2. Ah, look, it made all my folders pretty too. Oh god, it made them even worse. Hold on, I want it to look a certain way. Sorry. So info, Mac OS, disk utilities. Where does it say disk utilities? Peripherals, AUX.
Ow.
Oh man. Okay.
That's an interesting observation that Jim just made. Windows 11 may be your issue, Ron. Windows 8 is
What is
actually
it?
be much more stable.
Wait, say it again, because Joe is making all the noises.
No, it's Adam. But yeah, Rush
Adam's
is saying
making all
that
the
maybe
noises.
Windows 11 is the issue and that Windows 8 is much more stable.
Yeah.
Boo.
No doubt. And then
Yeah.
it's DOS Windows and Lisa. Hey, it looks great. And then there's that hidden folder. Yeah. Let's put him right there. Okay. Great. Looking good. Love it. Let's get our disk label correct. Okay. Looks good. Shut this down. Let's make sure we can actually boot from our thing. Hey, it boots. It works. Great. Okay, so let's shut this down. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go back to OBS and go back to the bench. And let's give this a shot.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, let's power this off. Okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to use our blue Scuzzy. Actually, before we plug that in, we are going to plug the power in, because it's ass backwards compared to how PowerBook needs it. Get our kickstand in place, so it stays up off the desk, looking good. All right, let's see what happens. Corn tag.
Fingers.
I forgot what I'm doing. I hate it when that happens.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, hey, it doesn't want to boot.
Command Option Shift Delete.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and then 6, because that's the where I have that image set up at. Okay, let's try this again.
Oh wow! Darn it. Hmm.
Yeah, power cycle
Is
effect,
Adam
not
building
getting-
shelves?
I'm just trying to put in a PCI card. Is it really that noisy?
It's pretty loud.
I think it's
Right.
because you have your mic on you,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
so everything around you is loud.
Here, listen to this.
We're just pulling your chain. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good healthy boot beep.
That's all I get, because then the monitor comes on and then immediately turns off.
It's a power saving feature.
Well, it
Ron's
actually
got
didn't turn right back off
C213.
this time. I moved the PCI card to a different
C213.
slot.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Now it's doing something. Not sure. Oh, it's actually booting. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's different?
Fuzzy.
I moved the
Like it.
video card to the bottom slot. Now it starts.
Really? Oh, was it the top 3 slots?
It was in the third slot from the top, which is where it came originally.
Interesting. Okay, that's actually interesting, Adam. I vaguely remember there being, because there's 2 different. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I vaguely remember that because there's 6 slots, right? There's the top 3 and the bottom 3, and they behave differently.
Yeah, I know there are different like master buses or something. Where's the little cleanup thing? Here it is. There's a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
after
junk
that
on
having all the Avid crap in it, though, I'd be like zap PRAM bazillion times and resetting.
Yeah, the Avid stuff's weird too because it does a scan of all the buses. So if you put the SATA card in, which is how I had to back it up, it
Yeah.
freaks out because like I don't know what this is.
Ron, my mom just commented, it's going to be difficult to type with it sideways.
Yeah, it probably will. She's right.
She's sending me text comments.
That's awesome.
Mom knows best. There you go.
Joe's mom, you should be very proud of Joe. He's
Oh, and
super
Garth,
awesome.
the cache from the
Let me
8500 is
translate
key.
that. Joe's mom
Key
says,
differently.
"You're doing it wrong."
Sounds right.
Put in a
Okay,
nice
can
way.
anybody tell me this color of this light on here? Is it
Red.
red?
Red.
Is that
Red.
bad or good?
That just simply means it has power.
Okay. All right. Well, watch the stuff if you would, please. People that see in
Oh, it
color.
went off again. What the hell?
Red's
You
off.
used 5-volt dims, right?
Did the 5
Yep.
green flashes?
Yeah. Well, it didn't do the 5. It did the standard boot up flashes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There you go. So it's active. Well, it's not active. It's on, but
Yeah,
it's
do the
not
search thing,
doing
yeah.
anything.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna pull my card and give this another shot. Make sure
That is-
it's copied correctly. But I mean, it's possible that this machine could have blown SCSI or anything like that. I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Check the log and see if it tried to boot.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I pulled the SD card. Gonna give
Yep.
that a shot. I have a log file. That's good.
Who's watching television?
Not me.
Yeah. Okay, it says SD format exFAT
Right.
SP. Let's go is what it says. So what does that mean?
Boot.
Did it try to boot?
Yep. It means the blue SCSI was fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's acting weird. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure.
Oh,
that
my
we
clock
don't
is wrong. What?
Okay, let's change the number here. We're gonna put it at 0. I have
Adam, I noticed in your
6.
picture you put online, it booted up and it showed us a splash screen for Avid. Where did that come from?
It shows up during boot. I don't know where it's coming from.
Whoa.
Now I have 352 megabytes of RAM. Is that enough?
Sweet.
Yeah, it's probably
Keep
enough.
zapping PRAM, maybe we'll get more.
You can.
Well, I still
you
have
can-
4 slots open.
I mean, you should be able to load at
Ow.
least one copy of ResEdit. You'll be fine.
Well, Sean from Action Retro put a gig and a half in his, and I like, okay, how long does that take to do a memory test?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lame. I have a gig in
enough for
mind.
you
I
to
had a-
turn it off and back on it again real quick.
Yeah, when you turn it on, you just want to do a soft reset after boots, after it chimes, and then you're
Yeah.
Otherwise,
This
you're waiting.
has,
I literally bought my Power Mac 9600. They're like, it boots up with no video. I'm like, interesting. I looked in the inside, the pictures. This is like over a year ago. I had a crap ton of RAM in it. I'm like, I know what's happening, and of course, it was a RAM check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would literally take
This
about a
has,
minute and a half to do the RAM check.
This has system 8.0, like no upgrade at all beyond that. It's hilarious. And the newest modified file on the drive is 2001.
I love it.
Question for you guys: do you name your computers, like give them pet names?
No, this
Yeah,
is called
this one's-
9600.
I used
Son
to
of
when
a
I had like
gun.
5 of them, but not anymore. Once you get like 100 and 200 of them,
Okay.
at that point, it doesn't matter anymore.
I don't think I'm going to leave a Blue Scuzzy in here, though. I'm going to probably use this nice data card that I got.
Well,
Way
this
faster.
165 seems to be okay, except for I can't boot Scuzzy, and who knows why. Who knows?
Oh.
Who knows why? I have another adapter. I'm gonna grab that.
Adam, in my 9600, I still have a SCSI SD 5.2 with a 128 gigabyte SD card that is partitioned to a bunch of different little partitions for different OSs and stuff. But I want to move over to a Blue SCSI, but I need to figure out if I can do like a gigantic file and then partition it. But it wasn't working. That's all I can say.
SC has a SCSI SD in it. And it's got like 5 partitions. It's all different OSs, and there's that one, that Apple CD recovery whatever thing that has like everything on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's handy.
Yep.
So I just take that and I can plug it in. And the thing that's cool about that is it still has the working power supply in it. So if for whatever reason I don't have term power, I can just actually use the real power supply and it's just 20 SP. I even tried that device on the 8500 trying to get it to boot, and it wouldn't. Nice gender changer you got there.
So Adam, tomorrow I'm going to work on my 8500, and I can test if I can actually get it to boot again after the one time I got it to boot. But I can test that card, and if it works, I'll send it to you. That way you'll have a known good working card, because I think you're like on the edge of like too high of 604 or something, and then something wrong with your G3 card. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I just need to test it. I think is I've got a 601 card, but I think that's too dumb for the 8500.
That won't work.
Use.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
way
works.
too.
So-
I have one way too old, one way too new.
There you go, guys.
Yay!
Yeah.
Booting.
I
What
just,
did you do
Nice.
different, Ron?
I just had to use a better adapter. Now here's the deal. The screen looks bad on
Yeah.
stream, but it looks like legible in person.
Right.
Like it totally it would look good contemporary to when this was new.
Right. What was the adapter used? Is it a cable or something?
It is. Yeah, it's a HDI 30 to DB25, and then I had to put a DB25 gender changer on it.
Yeah.
And then it was very happy after that. It just booted. I honestly think there's something squirrely with these little adapters.
That's
like
funny. I've
this.
had issues with that too. I've got one that just exactly like that, and then I've got another one that has a switch on it, switch between HD SCSI mode or whatever, and then regular mode, right? And it's all over the place.
Mode, yeah.
Hey, remember this fan, Garth, that I asked
Yeah.
about?
It's metal,
Yeah,
right?
I should have read, because right here where it has the instructions in little print below, it says Avid Technology Inc. So it came
You
with
think
the
it's
card
bad?
set.
Do you think it's bad?
I don't know.
Maybe.
It's a question for the ages.
Oh, actually,
Bad?
Who's got both of them? Look at that.
I have
folks,
several
here,
of these.
I'm going to
and
be
they all
dropping
suck.
off, okay?
Will, have a
Goodbye.
good night. Thank you.
Okay, well.
All right, good night.
All right.
Bye.
All right, night, Will.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I've got 2 quick questions from my mom.
Yeah.
First off, she's asking me what a Blue SCSI is. Is it anything like a scrunchie?
It is.
And secondly, she wants to give you congratulations that your PowerBook is working.
Hey, well, thank you very much, Mrs. Strohsnyder, Mrs. Strohsnyder.
That's fine.
very-
That's about how well
that's-
anybody ever pronounces it.
It's
all
very
good.
kind of you to say that. Thank you. So yeah, no, it works. You just got to use the proper cable. And I think I ordered one of these, and I ordered the wrong gender, and then I had to order a gender adapter, and it was just like, oh my god.
How did you get the wrong? I'm looking at that now. I'm thinking, how do you even do that?
How did I order the wrong gender?
No. I'm just curious how that cable would be used for.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so this one says hard drive and screen are dead. I don't know if that's true. PowerBook 165, another one of these. This one actually, though, what's nice is this has good feet. The feet are in good
nice!
shape.
Look at that. Nice.
What happens a lot of times is on the ends of these. Oh yeah, no, it has bad feet.
He just broke it off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's a lot of times these will just have, like, that end will just come off of there. So
No, you didn't need it.
it won't matter, because the very first time you put the device on there, those will shatter. So, but there are 3D printed replacements you can get, or you can just rob some, or what you do is you just take the cap off, and just, I mean, basically with your thumbnail. I mean, it's not like it's nothing. You just take it off of there, and guess what? It still works. It still holds up.
And where might we find those 3D printed feet, Ron? Anybody we know here?
They're on Thingiverse. You can just download them on Thingiverse.
Oh, so you can download the actual physical feet from Thingiverse.
Yes.
You wouldn't download
They got a real. It's been like that ever since Quentin Tarantino took over. So,
So on the screen on the other
feed out there.
computer,
It's weird. Say what?
would you consider recapping the LCD card on that?
Yeah, absolutely. If someone else wanted to do it, I would be like, yeah, I'm all for that. So let's take a second. We looked at that first machine. Let's just run through what the rest of these machines are. Give me 1 second. Actually, let me zoom the camera in a little more. Man, you guys are far away.
And we lost it.
I'm right here. Just listen. All you gotta do is...
Extreme close-up.
Yes. Okay. So this is the PowerBook 165. Let's see what the other one. This one says bad screen, hard drive. It's got 8 megs of RAM. That's not too bad. But it's got stuff. Yeah, it's got tinkles inside. This is PowerBook 160. That's not too bad. This is PowerBook 140. This is great because this is the original. Because it's PowerBook 100, 140, 170. Those are the original class of the 100 series. This one says hard drive and screen is dead. This one is a 165 that appears that somebody laid down on some wood glue or something. I mean, I'm praying to God.
We'll just call that wood glue. Sure.
Yeah. Here's a 145B.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. Those are fun machines. I got a couple of those. And a 180, baby. 180. Woo! Ooh. Yep. All right. Well, let's
Does
quickly
the
go
180
through.
have a memory expansion in it?
Well, I don't know yet, Eric. My
Well,
Kryptonian powers.
Find out.
My Kryptonian powers don't work on stream.
Oh, they're lead lined.
Yes. Just like Lana Lane's undergarments, they're lead lined.
Oh goodness.
There was a great movie that came out like a couple of years ago that was basically, the premise was, what if Superman was a sociopath? And so it is like a kid who has all of Superman's powers, and his parents are just like scared, of him and what he could possibly do. And it's probably got like a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't even remember. But it's an interesting idea. Like, what if Superman was bad?
I super loved the original Smallville series back in the day. We watched it back then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another bit of advice: if you ever get one of these and you see that the door is on.
Camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you ever, that's why I put this out here, and it's scooted back. All right. If you ever have one of these and it has the door on, leave the door on. Do not take the door off. Never take the door off.
Never
Leave
lick
the
the metal
door.
bits.
Never get off the boat. Okay.
I'm actually
so-
kind of surprised how easy these are actually to open. I've literally never opened any of these, Ron.
Yeah,
Again, I
well-
gotta say, I'm embarrassed to say I have literally a stack of these. I've done
sorry.
nothing with.
Yeah, I made a yeah. He took the batteries out, and that's something else you could do. You can
That's
just
nice.
slide.
Yeah.
You could slide the battery cover off the battery, so it's nice just for fit and finish on your final machine. Because I would not be trying to charge up those NiCad batteries.
Rebuilding
In
them
this
is
day
a
and
bit of a challenge too.
I wouldn't do that either.
See
I'd
my
be like-
videos for an example.
All right. We got that. Hey, this one's got some RAM in it.
It's just not. wood
Oh
trouble.
Lord. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Ooh, not good.
Yeah. That's a leaking battery that caused that.
Yeah.
At some point in the past, you could see all the crud here in the front of the case. So
well, at least it's away from the logic board.
yeah, that's true. And if you've got other cases, you just pull the cases out and you're fine. But all right, so let's take a look. This is probably not a lot of RAM. This is probably 4 megabytes or something. But this is a yep. All right. And I am sure if you knew somebody that was handy with that kind of stuff, they could populate the rest of that on there, and you would have
Yeah, like DOS dude.
yeah, or Silicon Insider or somebody like that. I mean, or
Yeah.
Joe or anybody that does surface mount, and build that up. There's a couple of resistors or a couple of caps you probably have to add on here, and that'd be about it. And you'd have a bunch of RAM. Okay. Something else that I do on these,
My name is Joe.
any of these that I find, I pull the modem. Get the modem out of there, especially if you're going to power the damn thing on. It's one fewer thing to catch on fire.
Oh. What if I like fire?
Well, do it on your own time.
What if you like dial up?
Maybe. But I'm going to say, based on the age of the machine, since this is a PowerBook 165, this is probably a 14.4 modem, so it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and
I think this is
and put it in the
Oh my gosh.
modem bag.
Ron's saving all these modems. He knows they're gonna be worth something someday.
They are, man. There's going to be a point after the machines take over. You're going to have to be able to speak their language. Okay.
Key
So
change.
I am not seeing anything really bad with this one. So anything standing out as being broken or problematic. But I do. Oh, actually, I do. This is a great one. This has got all that corrosion. It's made it up onto those leads for the charging circuit. So let's see if we can see how bad this battery damage is. My suspicion, based on that amount of corrosion, is going to be substantial.
I am not.
It's going to be some substantial damage. But if you had a 160, I mean, I think the 165 is 32 megahertz 030, and I think it has the FPU. We'll have to find out. Okay. So, nope. All right.
I need to get white gaffer's tape.
So let's.
So are those boards significantly harder to fix traces on, etc.?
I don't know. Are they? I don't know. Are they?
Joe?
Where's Steve? I've never worked on one before. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
So as you could tell, it's basically got the same motherboard as the that other one that we just looked at. But yeah, we've got a lot of corrosion up here. So hey, for fun, let's power this baby on.
Hey, Ron, while we're waiting for that to power on, can you give me your opinion?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Resale value of a Macintosh Classic 2 in perfect working condition that's been fully recapped.
Fully recapped, but also had the board actually ultrasonically cleaned.
Yes.
Does it have a blue SCSI inside?
Yes.
I don't know. With a keyboard and a mouse, like $150, something like that, maybe.
Okay. How about without a keyboard and mouse?
I would say maybe $100.
Cool. All right.
I think that Classic 2 is it's everything you love about the SE30, only like, you're holding resentment.
You're holding
Because,
resentment.
yeah, it's like a real Sophie's Choice situation. Like if Meryl Streep, if you gave her an SE30 or a Classic 2, she would every day of the week, she would be like, I want the SE30.
I think you can get a little bit more than that for that machine with the recap
think?
and the Blue SCSI. Yeah,
$100?
You said Classic 2, right?
Classic 2, but no keyboard, no mouse. So there's $50 you're going to have to add.
I got like $350 for one with the keyboard and mouse, and they're only worth about $50-$75. So
Okay.
I'd say you get more like 200.
So now we know who's driving up the price in the market. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
I just posted on Twitter.
I'm
I go,
saying-
here, look at this
I'm saying
computer,
what-
and everybody's like, can I buy it?
I'm just saying what I would pay for things, which is not much.
Well, that doesn't count.
It does. You asked me my opinion, and I gave my opinion.
He asked for the resale value, not the RON value.
Well, if you remember, he prefaced his entire thing with, Ron, can I get your opinion on something?
Okay. Hey, now I have 368 megabytes. That's where I'm drawing the line.
I would too. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. All right, I'm putting
RAM. I might as well put it in there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see what happens when
Populate it.
Because it's possible the screen is good. It's just the motherboard is bad because of the
Corrosion.
fact that that it's got all that corrosion. All right, contact. Let's see what happens.
Contact.
Contact. Oh no, the screen is bad. The screen's got big cracks. But let's hear what happens when we turn it on. Oh, nothing happens when we turn it on. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, it did turn. It turned on. It brought up, but there's no chime.
Sound. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that main board in this one is dead. It's dead. All right. So we're gonna say leaky, bat, Mobo. All right. But everything else is salvageable. Like, again, we got this nice RAM module out of it. And we can plastics and stuff. So this is great. This is great. Again, a wonderful donor machine. Especially it's got the door intact and everything. So let's slap the rest of these screws back in it. And go on to the next one.
So I opened up some files on this machine that I found, some images and some workflow from Photoshop, and somebody was working on an ad campaign for Papa John's Pizza on this machine.
Brilliant.
Throw it away.
Is the sauce, or is the ad campaign about, hey, the sauce will no longer give you the worst indigestion you've ever had?
No, it's a better ingredients, better pizza nonsense.
Clearly,
the
that's a
Photoshop's
lie.
actually registered to a person's name and a company, but I'm not going to say who it is. But I just found a JPEG on the desktop, and it's a picture of an ambulance and a police car pulling up to the hospital.
Oh,
So maybe that was
Part
the
of the
result
ad
of
campaign.
Papa John's. Yeah.
yeah.
The picture is called arg. It's actually a TIFF. Arg.tiff.
Arg.
Yeah, I can tell this is a print guy because all the files are in CMYK, not in RGB.
Right.
Oh, and Photoshop 4 on here still has Pantone.
Ooh.
Rare.
Steve Jobs Rare.
Oh, this is the one that sounds nice. I'm excited for this one.
There's a program called Media Composer. Does anybody know what that does?
Well,
Compose media.
yeah.
It has a picture. The icon is a picture of two monitors with color bars on them.
It sounds like something that does video compression.
Oh, it must be because I tried to start it and it says the studio card or your JPEG card are not found. I'll have to put the Avid stuff back in. I took it all out for testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have cards that would handle JPEG for you.
Very handy.
Yeah, there's the two cards that go in here are actually each two cards. Like there's a piggyback card the size of a whole 12-inch PCI card. So that altogether, it's 4 cards that fit in 2 slots and take the space of 4 slots.
It's so funny to think of that, Adam, how like crazy complicated that entire computer and all the cards and memory chips, etc., cables are versus like a modern, Mac Mini and a USB video adapter, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I looked up that card combo with all the sub cards that are optional on it. It was like $5,000 when it was new,
Yeah, yes.
and they sell for
Wow.
$50 on eBay now. But there's a weird like 26-pin 3-row connector on there, and it's apparently for some kind of external box that has probably analog in and outs for video. But I can't find any evidence online that it's a part that ever existed.
Check out
Ron,
this
those
cool.
are weird. Why are they populated?
Yeah, that's
all
awesome,
goofy?
Ron.
Wow.
That one has them on the bottom edge, and that one has it on the top. It's weird.
Yeah.
Ron, tape them together, you get double the RAM.
By your powers combined, I am on fire.
Somebody on Twitter told me to plug my 2 SC30 video cards into each other, that I could have 2 external monitors. I'm like, that's not how it works, sir.
No.
It's synergy.
Yeah, this
What-
thing
what-
still works.
Yeah, those drives are awesome, actually. That's like a 1 gig, right?
It's a 4 gig.
A 4. Ooh, it's upgraded.
It's a
Actually, no,
Seagate.
9600. Yeah, it'd be a 4.
It's a Seagate with an Apple ROM on it, or an Apple sticker at least.
Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, look.
Spiders.
Oh, a spider nest.
Yeah.
That's
What?
Long
like a-
gone. Long gone.
That's
When I
evil.
lifted the
Yummy.
card up, it was like... When I lifted the card up, it was like... All right, so...
From the moms.
It's like
So
a,
this
Yeah, this
machine's
guy's
in
too
really good
capable,
shape.
too.
No leaks, no nothing.
My mom is asking if I'm doing laundry.
Joe, that's awesome. Joe,
Mom,
are
no,
you
that's-
doing laundry.
That's my shipping station where I ship products out. I just use that because it's a big flat space. I'm sorting a big bunch of cables right now, Mom. That's cool.
Okay.
Ron, what
so
laptop is this again?
this one right here, this is a 160. So, and this is in really good shape. The motherboard looks really good. There's no leakage, anything like that. All of the screw mounts and stuff are pretty solid. So, and it has, I don't know how big of a drive, but probably it says 160 on the label here. But there's something really cool inside this part, and this is what the faffing around was, the faffing sound.
Oh.
Oh.
It's got a boiled
Oh.
egg. It's got a boiled egg.
Oh man, I want one of those.
That's
Yeah.
neat. It's cool.
I have a ball I got from something else. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's too large for a PowerBook.
Happy Fun Ball.
Just grit your teeth. Okay. So, yeah. Hold on. Gotta figure out exactly where the. Oh, they're all sheared off. That's the problem. So on this one, all of the little things that actually make the stuff stay are all sheared off. So that's
Oh,
sad, but it's okay. I mean, you just replace. I got a million of these mechanisms, so you just do that. Okay, so let's power this baby on. Let's see what happens. We're gonna leave the drive in. We're gonna hear some.
What I really like on these runs is the little heat sinks on the parts in there. It looks like a little Raspberry Pi or something.
Yeah, and these are like little foam, thermally conductive pads, and it pushes all the heat up into the back of the keyboard. And the keyboard actually there is some corrosion or some oxidation or something here on this aluminum, but it is kind of located. Where's it located? Kind of by the battery bay. I think this is where these two contacts touch. So it may have been that they started to have a leak, and then they caught it and got the battery out of there. That's what I think. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's stretch our cable a little bit and get this plugged back in. All right. Looking good. All right. So let's see what happens. Pardon.
Y'all think I should try to get this Inzonix USB 1.0 webcam to work?
Sure, why not?
Windows 10, if I plug it in, it'll probably just work.
Maybe.
I tried to use a FireWire eyesight on OBS last night. That didn't work very well.
There is some Mandelbrot action happening. Ooh, hard drive sounds good.
Power Module 1 for AT&T. 20-volt output. Model 3301A. No idea what this is. It was in the my Marcintosh haul.
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Here's 2 bags of stuff. Have stuff." I'm like, "All right,
Nice.
sure."
Okay. So this
Just
one
grab
here,
the grab the bags and put them in the car.
Yeah. Bad drive.
TNT.
And then bad screen.
01 alpha.
Yep.
So I'm not getting anything on the screen. But we do have some other 160s here, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, that-
We
What
can
is it? What's
rob
That poor
some
screen
stuff
has
from
beauty
one of
marks,
those.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it
for-
had some Mandelbrot action happening. You can see, kind of, it's tough to see,
But that's a good spot for it, though, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
like kind of out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so it is indeed a bad screen, but that's okay because we've got other screens to swap in.
It's a power adapter for printer.
One of the feet on my 17-inch multi-scan has decided to turn into
Goo.
back into oil.
Nice. Listen, from dinosaurs we came, to dinosaurs we will return.
So now my brown desk has like this platinum-colored like ooze all over it. It's really nice.
Nice.
Hey Ron, my mom has a question for you.
Sure, Mom. What you
She's
got?
asking, can he switch out the screens from some of the dead PowerBooks to these that have screen damage to make one good one?
No,
Yeah,
no, you
just-
can't do that. It's impossible.
No. Sorry, they're all serialized. The screen is activation locked to the motherboard. Sorry.
If you have
Honestly,
stuff at your house,
it's an
you do
incredibly awesome question. I love it. I love it. That's exactly what you want to do. Perfect.
My
Yeah.
mom's an old computer salt. Back in the days before I was born, she worked for the state of Ohio, like programming mainframes and Fortran and crap. With
Oh,
punch
cool.
cards.
Seriously, that's freaking awesome, Joe.
That's cool.
back when a bug in a program was actually a bug, physical bug stuck
A
in
literal
the machine.
physical bug. All right. So this one is pretty nice. This is a nice 160. I will come back to that.
Should I save this one for Mike's Mac check?
Yes.
What? Save what?
It's a-
Shack, you mean?
It's a bag of
Glass.
accessories for an IBM that probably came with like an IBM Aptiva or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
in the bag.
He'd love that.
Yeah.
Bag
Yo,
of
send him-
glass. It's our
send-
newest product.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send him a
bag
message. You're
of
sending him a
glass.
Model M keyboard, and then send him that with a picture of the Model M keyboard.
There's a question for your mother in the chat, Joe.
Question for Mom in the chat. She may
Yeah,
not be
where
watching
can we
the chat.
subscribe to Joe's mom's channel?
Where can I subscribe to Joe's mom's channel? That's a really good question. Mom, do you have a YouTube channel? Create a YouTube channel. Like, dude,
Do it.
my mom writes stories. Mom, you should go on, create a YouTube channel and just like dictate or narrate your stories while sitting in a chair. People would watch that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd watch
They
it.
absolutely would watch that. I think that's awesome.
It'd be like the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Only it'll be stories like, here's the time that Joe accidentally pooped himself at Ponderosa.
Who hasn't done that?
Yeah.
What?
I was
don't
like,
think anybody who's
Joe.
gone to Ponderosa has accidentally pooped ever. I think it's the cause.
Yeah.
They had a pretty good salad bar, though. They had the old, the Sunday bar.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Mhm.
in college, we used to get the steak, take that home, and just pig out on the bar.
Yeah.
We had a Ponderosa here in town.
Right.
It went out of business after a whole bunch of people got sick.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. So here is an interesting thing.
And then it turned into a different steakhouse, and now it's a car wash.
As you saw, like obviously these newer memory cards may be compatible, but this specific module right here is for PowerBook like 100, 140, 170. And I'm going to look and see how fast the RAM is. Because a lot of these people would... Yeah, this is 100 nanosecond. So this is really slow. Like a 140, 170, you're supposed to like be using like the 80 nanosecond module. You could actually have like random crashes and weirdness if you were to put this in there. I mean, Apple might say that it is compatible, that there's no issue with using it, but I just wouldn't, just from a technician point of view.
There's
All right.
another question in the
Time to
chat.
plug in a random USB device and see what the hell happens. If I disappear from the chat, you know why.
To what, Joe? What are you plugging into?
I'm plugging in this USB camera. It's like USB 1 camera from like 1998 into my computer I'm streaming from right now to see what will happen.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, if you're not using a Mac, OBS will not crash.
So Ron, somebody asks if that laptop has tunnel vision.
That one, the other one didn't. It didn't have anything on the screen. It probably just needs to be recapped.
Anything yet, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it was just nothing on the screen at all.
Oh.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's a cap issue. But if
Unknown
you look,
device is set up and ready to go.
if you look at this 140, 16 megahertz 030, 2 megs of RAM base, and then you can add additional memory. So that's this is a 2 meg upgrade card, so 4 megs RAM. That was still probably $300 back in the day. But if you notice the redesign on the board, it does not overlap the SCSI and anything like that, and it uses a ribbon style connection instead of that whatever. What is that called? Where it's like pins. Anyway, header. It doesn't use that header. So, so you could not take this motherboard and put this in a PowerBook 160 and plug the board in.
Oh no!
I mean, it might act like it's physically compatible because that card edge connection is over here. But I think if you did that, you're gonna probably have a bad time.
Oh.
You can still buy this camera on Amazon.
Joe, can you switch your camera view to the camera view and have it?
Well, no, because it doesn't work yet. I need drivers.
Hey Joe, that SCSI card I found in the 9600, which was made 25 years ago, you could still buy that on Amazon too.
Yeah. The SCSI what drive?
Was it?
The SCSI PCI card. I was trying to look up info on it on Google, and one
Great.
of the links was to Amazon, and you can actually still buy it.
Can you send me that link? Because I think I want one for one of my old Macs.
You don't
Yes,
want
I'm
this
that
particular
weird.
card. You want, trust me, you want a different card than this. This is not.
Yeah, this
Okay,
card's
well then-
weird card.
If anybody
Weird.
knows of a good card that'll work on a Mac for PCI SCSI, so that my super kick butt, hyper speeded Power Mac can work again, that would be great.
Rudy is in the chat.
Rudy!
I would say the Adaptec 2940.
Yes.
I have one of those. I'll probably just need to flash it with the Mac firmware then.
Yeah, something like
that's the way-
that.
That is the way
That's
to
what you
go,
want
in
to do.
fact. Yep.
Basic.
Or Joe, why buy one when you can buy two for twice the price? Actually, this is nice. This is a 64-bit
Yeah,
PCI version of the card.
it's ever so slightly faster. Ding.
Yeah. So it's the 150. Ever so slightly faster
Burger Mac.
with that 66 megahertz bus. All right, let's get this sutured back up and power it on and see what happens.
Burger Mac.
We heard you.
Oh my god,
Right.
I have the driver.
No way. Don't load it.
Apparently, it works with XP, so on Windows 10, it will probably work because it's just a USB device.
Yeah.
Windows XP.
It's nothing fancy. Extract to that folder, sure.
There's zero chance. Okay. Wow.
Okay. All right, we got it. All right, this is the 140. I love these older ones. Let's see what happens.
CD, here it is. Ezonix. Sure. We're going to do this.
The
Memory
hinges
check
on
time
all
is
these are great.
ridiculous. Memory check
Update
time.
driver.
Most inconvenient power button ever.
Yeah.
So Garth, the Mac
Yep,
OS
it doesn't.
Flash is just replaced with the Avid logo.
Rest my computer for available drivers.
Oh, why?
Show
On
devices.
the
Next.
the original OS image, though, right?
Yeah, this is a clone of the driver that was in it.
Ah,
Whenever you
that's
get
the
it,
problem. It's a 32-bit driver.
The Happy Mac guy, where it says Mac OS 8, whatever.
Yep.
It just shows the Avid logo instead. They must have changed the resource into OS somehow.
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
No screen image.
That's cool.
No.
Actually, it's super cool. You got an image of that, Adam. That's actually pretty good.
No
I
screen.
could probably find the file on the drive if I search around.
What about external output?
140 doesn't have that, unfortunately. But
That's
I
too
mean, you can
fancy.
still test it. All you need is your blue
Bin
SCSI.
files.
Hey, Ron, you need to put a
Yeah.
modem in that one.
Oh man, I took a modem out of that one. Okay, so let's see if it actually does try to boot. Headless. I may have put the
go.
image. I may have put the image at the wrong ID for this to work, but still.
Yeah, it's got sys files and stuff.
Somebody on Discord offered to print me one of those snazzy 9600 bezels since my printer is still being dumb.
So you know what's super easy to do, Joe? You use one of your old PCs you got laying around there or piles up at work, and you port it onto that system using that ready old camera, and then you just screen share into it and use that as your video source. And
Yeah, there you go.
And you keep going down different levels of that computer, sharing into a different older computer, etc.
Let me make sure that I got my disk image named correctly. I may not have done
One of the
that.
original coffee cameras, right?
Nice. Yeah, this is just not going to work on this operating system, but it turns on. It has its resolution is 320 by 160.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Dude, it's great.
That's like half NTSC.
Yeah.
8-bit retro journals, the 180 or the 180, the 160, 165. A bunch of those second generation machines all had video output because that was one of the things that Apple really got dinged in the press about on those machines, was just not having video output, especially given the fact that they had such low sort of quality displays with the passive matrix and whatnot. So
Uh-huh.
Command Option PR.
Everybody's like, lies.
We're getting there.
I know better.
Yeah, that came out pretty good.
All right. So I parked the image at ID 6, so hopefully that is going to be enough to not conflict with the internal drive. I just saw a flash.
No, is it booting?
We'll see.
Ow,
It might be really stuck in a loop trying to boot that, or trying to do something with the internal drive. Well, I heard the speaker get reset, so it may actually be trying to boot, and I don't know. But it will sit forever on that internal drive. Just keep trying and trying and trying for a million years and never be able to boot. So let's go ahead and let's unplug that.
The screensaver.
Which it's only 4 screws. It's pretty easy.
Ow, my
Get
knees.
back in there.
This is the 160 again, Ron?
This is the 140. This is like a first generation PowerBook.
I swear I had a mouse with that machine. I swear I had a mouse with that machine.
Grogu
I have
Burger
two.
Mac.
I have 2 PowerBook 100s I need to recap.
Yeah, I have
I have
one
3 of
that
those.
will boot, but it's got no display. Very sad.
For a while, I kept buying PowerBook 100s, thinking eventually I'd get one that works, and then I realized that none of them work.
Yeah,
No,
that's got to
none
be
of them
one.
work. Yeah.
So now I got 3 of them.
So let's. All right. So we have disconnected the internal drive, which is fine. Let's go ahead. Let's get the display plugged back in. And this just takes a little finesse. And honestly, that cable is really long and kind of rigid, so you can put it into place and kind of get it.
Rudy requested the thingamaboob. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Good job, Rudy.
sorry.
Thank you.
I knew that there was probably a good reason. Man. Okay. So. All right. So there we go. We got it. All right. We're back together. Okay. So we're going to forgo screws this time. We're going to plug in some blue SCSI. Let's get some power and contact. Can we see? Oh, we can't see the blue SCSI in the shot. That's no good. And man, it's really blown out.
To booting?
It's trying. It's trying to do something. I mean, I have a good PowerBook. It may not boot with 2 megs around. Oh yeah, did you see that? Now it's going to try
No, I
to
can't
boot.
see the screen. It's totally
Okay.
turned down.
Well, the screen's dead, so you're just going to have to look at the blue SCSI. Because that's
It's booting.
So it's booting. It probably won't be able to boot very far. 2 megs was 706 or 761. I'm thinking
That's
is
awesome. It's
that's
like,
hard.
Oh,
I
did
can
you
do-
hear that? Did you hear the beep?
perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
your-
Actually, it's a good
Your
test.
clock is not set, Ron.
Oh no, Michael.
No, it's telling you I can't boot off this.
Yeah.
I booted
Oh wait, Adam.
755
Right.
with 2 megs, and it would actually boot, but it wouldn't let you run anything, not even like simple text.
Oh sure.
Ran out of memory.
Okay, so we have a 140 that is in really good cosmetic shape. Just needs a screen recap. It's not too bad. So let's go ahead and stitch it back up, and we'll go to the next one.
Yes. 12 more to go, everyone. 12 more.
No. There's only 4. There's only 4 more to go. Oh no,
I'm
there's
gonna
3
do
more to
mine
go.
next.
Sorry,
Ryan,
3 more to go.
You
3
texted
more
me
to
and said I could do mine next.
Alright,
Well, go ahead. You do yours next.
come on, here's some sound.
Oh shit.
I really think 832 by 624 is better on this size screen.
So Garth, do you have a lot of those?
Have PowerBooks?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I have. Yes, I have a number of PowerBooks. I've done very little to other than just secure, clean.
The only PowerBook I have that I really worked on a lot was the Wall Street, and then the 165 or 165C. I actually put a blue SCSI in that one.
Nice.
Honestly,
But I
one of
have
my
no
favorite
working battery.
PowerBooks is I got this 180. It was the first. Yeah, it was the first stream I ever did. It was like I had just a pile of crap. I'm like, I'm just gonna do a test stream. I'm gonna test some stuff. And the freaking thing, not only did it boot, I was actually able to back up the hard drive on it. It was like it was on a test stream. I was like, oh, awesome. It was actually really cool. Otherwise, yeah, other ones are all dead.
So let's get some blue tape, and we're gonna write.
For Joe.
I already sent you one, Joe.
For Joe.
I already sent Joe a PowerBook. Dead screen. Okay. What else we got? All right.
Adam learned
Here
if
it
you,
is.
if you write
This is-
$50 on this and put it on an old IBM computer, you can sell it.
Yeah. All right. So here, let's figure out
Was it
what we're gonna
ketchup?
do. No, it appears to be like it looks like
Rubber band,
old-
maybe?
old glue.
Hmm.
Like-
We'll call that glue.
It's
No,
an
no, no, no,
old
'cause it's-
burrito.
No.
You might
It's
want to
like-
wear gloves.
No. It's glue. It's glue.
Yeah.
Made
I
from hemoglobulin.
No. It's no. It's just glue. It's like I I can't remember exactly what I'm trying to say, but it's like kind of like binding. Like I'm like, oh, I got to bind a book. It's the glue. Okay.
Okay.
Like kind of like hot glue kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know. That's got its own category on the YouPorn, but let's try to keep it family friendly here, Dave.
Hey Garth, were you at Apple when the 9600 was out?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, maybe technically yes for like a month or two.
The tail end of
That's
it.
a good answer because he's looking for somebody to blame.
But
No,
I
I'm
had
just
nothing to do
curious
with it,
what the retail price of a 9600 200 would have been. I can't find anything reliable.
$1 million.
Honestly,
You can't find
I'm
it
not-
like on every Mac.
Yeah, but I don't trust that. Not that page
Okay.
because it's
So the 200 was the base configuration for 9600,
was it?
and that came out to replace obviously the 9500 and stuff. So I'm guessing I'm gonna guess $3,200 or $25.99 or something, right? $29.
Yeah,
The
every
correct
Mac says
answer is a lot.
$3,700. $3,700.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
It says the original 200 megahertz configuration was $4,700.
Eesh. Okay, maybe.
But the Avid setup that's in it is $5,000. So this is a $10,000 computer.
Well, actually, you know what's funny? The Avid thing, I'm curious if they just literally would buy like stock configurations and then jam it full of crap, right? And
Well,
yeah,
the top of
that's
the
all it
box
needs.
has
It's
a
not
sticker. There's a platinum sticker that says Avid Ready. So
right.
they
The
buy
box,
it,
remember,
sell it
the-
to you with it in there, right?
The CPU may not need to be all that awesome just because of all the add-on cards and stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, the add-on cards do all the MPEG-1 and the JPEG for you. So it doesn't really matter. It's not like Photoshop trying to struggle with the 604. It's
Right.
it's all done on those expensive cards.
It's basically the original Apple Silicon, different chips and things. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Here's
was
an
kind of surprised.
interesting-
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Here's an interesting thing. We have a bodge.
Ooh, cool.
There's a bodge on the daughter.
We have a
board.
bodge. We have a bodge.
We have a bodge.
Hmm.
Also, if you notice, this is really loose.
You got a
But-
wiggle.
Yeah, it's got a little wiggle to it. Oh, I guess you got to use the correct driver.
Ron, I got my tape. What am I supposed to do with it?
You got your
Blue
what?
tape? You said grab your blue tape. Didn't you say that?
Yeah. No, I said for me. I gotta.
Oh, I'm sorry. I grabbed it.
I gotta grab my blue tape. I love that stuff. I use it all the time for everything. So, yeah, I got a bodge on there. That's pretty cool. No additional RAM. That's all right. But yeah, looks pretty good. Everything is in pretty good shape. No leaking. No nothing. The other than the spooge, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Okay. Now, you will notice that this is a later one. You've got that bodge. And then if you remember, normally you just had that little piece of metal coming out over there. So this is a late revision because this has the that thermal pad that comes up and touches the back of the keyboard to try to keep this thing cool. So that's kind of cool. This is I've never seen that bodge before on a 160. All right. So let's
Hit it with a hammer, smack.
get it lined up. Let's get it plugged back in.
Who has the individually mic'd mouse keys?
You normally
Not
got to
me.
pay extra for that.
Yeah.
You were asking about the 9600, Adam, about the price on it?
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly.
Okay, it came out in February of 1997. It was discontinued in 1997 of November. It didn't last very long. And it came in different configurations. The base configuration was 3700 and the high-end configuration was 4200. Or 4700, I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's
4700.
about what I found. I'm not sure which end of it was, but somewhere in there, about $4,000 probably.
Yeah, this is on Mac Tracker.
Also had a bunch of RAM in it. Like the RAM in that back in '97 probably cost an extra $1,000 easy.
Oh, sure.
My computer, the two computers I've chosen to put behind me are a Mac 2 FX, which was the most expensive 030 they ever made, and then an Avid workstation, which was another 10 grand, and that doesn't even include the monitors.
Yeah.
So it's like the stuff behind me costs more than my car did when I bought my car.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yes,
that
look.
system you got there, Adam, was bought to basically build up an Avid system and then resell as an Avid. And that's why they went in and had custom OS and everything, right?
Yeah,
My mom is saying that that goo on the bottom of that is caramel for somebody's latte.
Maybe.
As far as I know, when you bought an Avid
camera.
system, you just bought the whole Mac from them, like they were an
Right.
Apple reseller.
Yep. Exactly. Yes.
Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
what's your presentation time preference for VCF?
Probably second to the last on Saturday night.
Everybody's going to be out partying by then.
Well, no, they won't.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I know.
if it's the second to the last, it's literally like 2 hours and 30 minutes before the show shuts down.
Okay.
So I think people will be around. It worked out last year. We had a pretty good crowd, Steve and I.
What day?
Yeah, they're
Saturday.
giving me choices of Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Saturday, definitely. I would think.
Oh, that's
I tell you guys, the guy is going to refund me on that portrait monitor that got destroyed.
Is his name John?
No.
way.
Oh no. I already archived the message. Where is that?
Yeah, those
Oh, that's weird. It went to the bottom, so I'm looking at emails from 03.
So do you think?
Oh, his name is John.
Oh, sorry, he's gone.
I said the guy's name is John, who refunded me.
I know him.
Do you?
I know things.
Well, I thought you were going to buy that monitor, and then you just decided not to for whatever reason.
No, I saw it. I was like, oh, and cool. It was actually kind of close, but I was going to think about going and picking it up and everything. But I was like, it was literally when we were like,
Oops,
Oh, the
not that
snow.
one.
we were literally
Snow.
like, it was like a rainstorm. We had no power. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. And I didn't even think like I could tell Adam or something. I didn't even think about it, right? It was just like, that's nice, but whatever. I was like, so many things going on.
Yeah. I like what Joel in the chat's saying. He bought, or he
Yes.
sold some keyboards on eBay, and then he had to block Polka Dots after he bought one. Polka Dots loves
Yes, I
keyboards.
saw. Yeah, I saw that. It was
2 years ago when I got that haul of like 22 GS monitors and 2 GSs and Apple IIs and a bunch of other stuff, I'm like, don't you have any, where are all the ADB keyboards? He's like, oh, this guy bought them. And it turned out it was him. He had them ship them by the pound to wherever
my
his
goodness. This is the early
compound
bird
is.
link for VCF Midwest. You want to click on that and reserve your
Why are you
room.
putting that up?
It's time.
Put what
I
up?
already booked, so I'm good.
Put what up?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I have
So-
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, he didn't buy it. Okay, good. I tried to buy something from him. I made him an offer, and he said no. It wasn't the item he was selling. It was an item in the picture.
So Eric,
Yes.
who reached out to you? Was it Jason?
And
Yeah, it was Jason who emailed me.
Okay, but I mean about the
I-
booking for the session.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's you between you guys. Sorry,
Jim.
Jim. Okay.
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, I should
So,
put these with the
Us.
9600. I think these would be a good.
That's
Is
perfect.
Jim's
That's
middle
actually-
initial T?
Absolutely perfect.
I gotta test them first.
Tiberius?
Yeah. Sorry. That's like, oh no. Do you have the power adapter, Adam? It's actually not hard. It's just 12 volts, I think.
I've got another set that I can borrow off of for testing, and then
Oh,
if they
cool.
work, well, either way, I'll probably
Just
test
remember-
them, but
It is officially canon that Kirk's dad is Thor.
Wait, what?
yeah, sure.
Look, man, I'm only like halfway through season 3 of DS9, so I'm getting there.
He's talking about the movie, the 2009,
Oh, yeah.
I think, movie. The actor who played his dad was the guy who played Thor.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Which is the reason that they couldn't do the fourth movie is because those guys wanted way too much money.
Yeah.
It's like, now I'm actually somebody that everybody knows. Give me all the money. Like, okay, canceled.
Thomas Armstrong, born in Ohio. I'm sorry, buddy.
What's Ron doing now?
I'm emailing Jim
Oh, cool.
just to make sure that I don't get passed over.
Yeah, no, do it.
Your
Do it.
name is Jim.
Much more important.
You said this before.
There's nothing suspicious about Jim. It's all fine here.
Are we referring to the same Jim?
Nope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jim.
Oh God.
So I was going to go ahead and reply to him.
I'm not weird. I'm not weird. Everybody just rolls their eyes.
I need an ADB cable.
If you're in a
Look in your
pinch.
AV bin. You probably have an S video cable laying around that'll do the job.
No, I only use platinum ones. Sorry.
All right. Okay, I got my emails in. Great. All right, so let's see what's happening with this one. This one here says hard drive and screen are dead. So let's see how true that is.
I got a bunch of BNC cables. I could build a thin net network.
Nice.
My mom says she has to sign off.
Okay.
But it's been very entertaining. Thanks for inviting me. So long,
Bye,
guys.
Joe's mom. Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye, Mom.
Night,
Thanks for
night,
stopping
Mom.
by.
Joe's mom.
Captain Kirk will be born in Riverside, Ohio. No, it's Iowa. Riverside, Iowa.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell me you're from outer space. No.
No, I just worked
Working.
there.
Working our space.
I love that. Like, there's just some weird thing about Captain Kirk. This cowboy diplomat just from the middle of like nowhere. North America.
Well, I mean, from our time perspective, I mean, he lives in a time where you can beam anywhere. So
Yeah,
it's
I know, but
be
still,
really
it's like
easy
that.
to.
That he's a literal cowboy.
Imagine traveling back in time hundreds of years
Wag-
and drinking a Michelob.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we had some issues there with boot, so let's go ahead and let's disconnect the hard drive.
Adam,
So,
I mean,
stop
do
choking
you see
on
his
that.
face when he drinks it? He's like,
Yeah. He's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
where's my damn blue Romulan ale?
Where's my?
Well, he kind of
yeah,
looked
my
like
synth
Scotty
ale.
trying to drink synthahol.
Ron, were you able to get like a microscope thing? You could zoom in on the cheese sauce thing.
No, I did not. I have not purchased one of those yet. Mostly because I am holding out because I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of the idea that it's monocular.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, you got to
Ron, are
see
you having
this.
fun taking that apart for the second time?
Yeah, I love this.
So- I
love
have
it.
here a can of Romulan ale.
Mm.
That was a gift to me, so I just saved the can. But something has happened to the can.
Oh gosh, yuck.
It exploded, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize it until years and years later, and it's been sitting over there on a bookshelf and has leaked all over the top of the bookshelf.
Yeah, that happened to
Do
the
you know where it's
can
gonna go?
of, I had a
Right back
can
on that
of,
bookshelf.
What is it called?
You should take it to the neutral zone.
So, Joe, you never got to sample the Romulan ale then?
Oh, son
I
of
had
a
a
bitch.
can of
Did you see that?
Rondo. It's got electrolytes.
There
Did you
are
see
like
that?
there are like 10
At least.
things over there on that bookshelf that are now permanently glued to the shelf. They're just there now.
They
That's
enjoy
not
the
where they
Romulan
live.
What plants
Romulan
crave.
ale.
Did you see the door fall off?
Yeah,
it
did
just
it break?
it just like boom. I guess I guess it sheared the pin off.
Oh boy.
It's
Well,
all
the
right.
first thing I do
Javier
when I get a
actually
power
makes
book-
replacements.
When I get a PowerBook that has a non-broken door, the first
Yeah.
thing I do is take the door off very carefully and put it away somewhere.
Why? What are you doing?
So don't get broke.
Because I know I'll
My-
break it. And I'm
Mine
like,
is still intact.
if I ever want to go sell that PowerBook, I'll just go put the door carefully back on and then like, look, a PowerBook with the original door, and then I'll sell it.
Fair enough.
So
All right,
far,
So,
I haven't.
so you
broken.
see that I just removed that connector and placed it on top of there. I'm pretty sure there's enough clearance,
No.
but may not be. We shall see.
Just cut it out with some scissors.
I wonder if there'd be enough clearance like that. I don't think so because the doodad's in the way. Well, we're about to find out. We're
Well,
doing
the-
it live.
Will the main board from this 6360 go into a color classic?
No.
Because it's
Okay.
got IDE. It's wired
I
different.
knew that answer.
Gotcha.
I knew
Okay.
right away.
All right.
It's a
Just
different
curious.
board.
Well, no. Sorry. Maybe. You might have to push really hard. And then when you're
Depends on
done
if the
pushing,
header's in
it
a
may
different
catch on
location.
fire.
Although, can you put it into a 580?
Ooh, yes, you may.
Is there 580 that hasn't crumbled yet though? The answer is
Yeah, I
of
have
course.
one actually. That's my. I
Seriously?
did it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I have a 580. Actually, it's funny because I actually bought two. I bought one when I was driving back from Texas, and then I bought another one in Kansas City at K-Fest last year. And the one that and the one that I got at K-Fest was crumbling, and I gave it away. And I don't remember who I gave it to. But it's very possible that it's Steve or Tom Barber or maybe Eric.
I got a +1 580 on a buy I did for my actually the all-in-one G3 to get Exodium, and it was like I was like cool. That's like this literally guy had like a truck he was taking to the dump is like it had the 580 and obviously the PowerBook, the titanium PowerBook I restored for last Mercantile, but this 580 was just like took it home. I was like cool. I started taking it apart and literally like crumbled the entire series. He's like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sad.
so I have a lot of parts
Sad.
of 580s. Yeah.
There's a 13-inch RGB on my shelf over there. I don't remember where it came from.
It's the
You
one.
have
I
my
loaned you.
address.
So you have poor inventory skills. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, with monitors, I definitely do.
Yeah, that's right.
It's funny, since I've been working all this behind me, I keep just pushing stuff on the floor over in the corner, so I can't actually get to the corner anymore until I clean that up. That'll be something to do during Dave's stream tomorrow.
Dave, what are you working on tomorrow?
Well, one of the things I'm going to be working on, let me grab it here. And I did a YouTube short on it actually.
Yeah.
I was talking to Sean on the phone day before yesterday, and I'm looking down. I go, this goes to my cube. I have a USB hub. Okay. And anyway, so this is the power adapter, but you notice the cord's been chewed.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And here's the other end of it. So we're going to cut that off and
Yeah, we're booting.
solder it back together.
What are you going to do for the other
So
7.5 hours?
That's how you do it. So Dave,
and then I found
I read.
I was taking the trash out at work a couple days ago, and it was raining. And I go and open up the dumpsters are inside this big enclosure, so you open these big doors up, and there's an old PC, HP PC, like a tower, laying on top of the dumpster. So I grabbed it.
Nice.
So I brought it home, and obviously it's missing a floppy. It's missing a floppy drive. It's missing a hard drive. The optical drive's still on it. So I'm just curious if I plug it in, if it's even the board's gonna light up on it. So yeah, it's missing some things. But and then I got I'll probably doing my drag my multicolored Mac Plus out because the analog board when I recapped it the last time it works fine, but some of those traces had a little trace rot.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape that corrosion off, clean it up, and just reflow the solder on it and then wick it off, and then
awesome.
so yeah, and so yeah, And then Tech Amber is going to be joining us tomorrow.
Hey, that's great.
And she's going to be working on her Mac Plus. She's going to be recapping an analog board.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
we can help her because we've had lots of experience with that, all of us.
And there was so much success, as I recall. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, I need to reflow because I bought a Mac Plus from a lady that lives over there by Kentucky Lake, and she was like, yeah, the machine's great. You just got to turn it on and wait 10 minutes, and then the screen will come up. And I'm like, yeah, so it's probably got some cold solder joints or something like that. She goes, well, you seem like you could fix it, so go for it. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Really nice lady. She had a funny story because like this Mac Plus she was the original owner, and she used to run a business where she would like design floor plans and stuff for people and all that. And so her boyfriend, who was still there, their still boyfriend after I bought this computer in 1987, never locked it down. She was like, yeah, he would come by and use my machine and stuff like that. And then one day I kind of noticed that that if you really scrolled in on this one room, there was when she was designing her own home, which I was where I went. It was like kind of like it was super, kind of like an early '90s like dream kind of like lake home kind of thing. And she was like, yeah, you'd scroll in on these, or you'd zoom in on the room, and there'd be like a little box there, and I can't remember what his name. It'd be like Jeff's stuff or something in there. And so she said, I kept deleting it, and he kept re-adding it, and that's how I kind of knew that he, was interested in me or whatever. Because I'm like, okay, this is a funny little story you've got here, lady. But yeah, and so they've just been together ever since. So it brought them together. This weird thing of trying to hide something in somebody's like CAD drawing. So so this is a 145B. This is a cost reduced version of the 145. I don't think I got one of the screws did not want to come out. It was stuck. So now it came out. But I like these machines. They're pretty okay. I'm going to get the modem out of it. Oh, shit. I guess you got to use the right screwdriver. But this is kind of neat. This one actually has a door that has FCC information on it about the modem. And all of these modems are... like, who made the... what was the name of that company that made, like... It was like there was a point and like every Performa came with one of those damn modems.
Oh, Foxcom?
No, it's what's the name of the company? And all their stuff was gold, bronze, silver. That was their
Global Village.
Yeah, Global Village.
Yeah.
One more for the pile.
Yeah, I have one right here. This desktop Global Village. Yeah. Works, still works. Yeah,
that's cool. All right, so we have this machine. I'm gonna unhook the hard drive so I can actually see if I can boot off the external stuff, so I don't have to take it apart 2 times. But the 145B is kind of nice. It is unlike the 140, which is a 16 megahertz 030. This is a 25 megahertz 030. No FPU, but still, because that was kind of reserved for like 170, 180, the higher end PowerBooks. They're the ones that they put FPUs in, but still not a terrible machine. So everything looks clean inside. Let's go ahead and see if we can make a boot. So you just get the cable, line up the cable, yada, yada, yada. Let's go ahead and get some screws back in it.
You could just about do that in your sleep, Ron, huh? Take those apart.
Yeah, I've worked on a bunch of these. Actually, John, that we had on Retro Repair Roundup recently, the Right to Repair advocate, he actually sent me a whole box of them. But those are definitely from a recycler, and they were like stuff from schools where people like drilled holes through them and stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
It's like art
it's like,
project
well, we
looks
can't
like.
get to the hard drive. Just where's the sound coming from? Drill some holes.
Gee.
Okay. This one's nice. This one says screen almost dead. So I got good feelings about this one.
Like, is it like nursing home or life support? Like,
I
how
think-
close?
I think it's like we're gonna sign like a DNR.
It's like Monty Python Holy Grail, not quite dead yet.
Oh, you'll be stone dead in a moment. I'm feeling better. I'm so happy.
No, you're not.
My son, who until recently was alive, is dead now.
It's a good screen though. It doesn't have any impact marks.
Yeah. And I actually see a cursor up in the corner on this one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And and it's booting. It's booting.
Woo!
I don't know if
Oh
you
my
can
gosh,
see the
it's
blue.
awesome.
Oh wait. Oh sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. So 761. It's you always get that reboot for
Yep.
whatever reason on Blue SCSI.
Not pure in battery. Yeah.
Yeah. So yep. You see we're booting.
Yeah.
And,
The little trackball work on it there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
and
awesome.
you. Oh yeah. I'm sure it does. But
Cool.
when we were booting, it was way easier to read. It acts as if the backlight is inverted, which will happen. Oh, and it's making all the bloopity bloppities, which I like too. So, oh yeah, okay. Well, if you bring up something really bright, it's kind of inverted, but it's 4 megabytes. You know, it's a PowerBook 140 or whatever 145B. So, yep. If you if you bring up the about this computer, it really brightens up the screen. So, okay, so yeah, or if you bring up any of these menus, it really works. So, great. Okay, this one the screen is not very good, but it does power on and does things. So that's great news. Okay, here we are. We are in the home stretch. This is the last.
All right.
machine. This is PowerBook 180. This is from the second generation of machines. It has a video output. This is a 33 megahertz 68030 with I think 4 megabytes of RAM built in, which was really nice. You didn't have to add a bunch of memory if you're just going to run like System 701. And yeah, it's got an active matrix monochrome display. So
Oh, nice. Active matrix. Good.
so
Cool.
yeah, active matrix. All the rest of these are all passive matrix displays, and they really are not great.
Yeah, I
mean,
really
cannot-
like the screen on that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I will
like
tell you
the I have two 1400 CSs, and they're all passive matrix.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
did make
that's
active matrix on them, but these are the passive matrix.
Yeah.
But
You got the cheap ones. Muddy.
Somebody was saving a little money.
yeah.
But video out was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? I forgot. I hate it when that happens.
So Ron, it's 4 screws on bottom and 1 in the back.
Yes, there's one that is located back there by the. Hey, look at that! We got some more RAM. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Woo! You can just like make that bigger by just throwing chips on it, right?
Yeah. There's a couple of little capacitors you got to add and stuff, but then that's really it.
Nice.
Yeah. Pull that out. So this is a pretty good haul on PowerBook RAM. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can get the hard drive disconnected. I mean, you could disconnect it this side, but you. I mean, you got to take the motherboard out anyway to do that. So we will just. That's another.
So Ron,
thing.
what's the most RAM memory you can put into those things?
I think this one is 12. It's 10 or 12.
10.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
10.
So yeah, it's an 8 meg module, and then the 2 or the 4 meg module, or it's four on the motherboard, and then a 2 or a 6 meg module. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, math works. Math is hard. To quote Barbie.
Yeah, I'm patiently waiting for modern memory replacement.
Oh, did you order one from Silicon Insider?
No. He hasn't built one yet for the 180C.
Oh, okay.
They're not compatible between the 180 and the 180C.
Right. 165C, 180C. Yeah, I could see that. See what I did there?
Joe, that's your printer. That's awesome.
What the noise?
It's awesome.
Sound like you're saying,
Hey,
whoa.
so Joe, actually, real question for that, Joe. Is that printer pretty loud when it went anywhere in my house, or?
It's loud-ish, but it's not
Yep.
insane. That's with the what do you want to call it? The door open?
Door open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Door closed.
Well, that makes quite a bit of difference. Yeah.
Joe, I'm sure your significant other is like, you know what? If you just rented the place across town, we wouldn't be able to hear it at all. Be like, you know what? You might be right. Oh, okay. This one has some plastics damage on the bottom, which kind of stinks. But
Oh,
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it?
Mac is really loud.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's got some damage on the front even. What do you know?
Parts machine.
Hopefully your 180 is not your parts machine, but I do have another 180 that may... Oh, man, come over here. May need some parts out of this. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. This one does not have any notes on it, so I'm looking forward to learning that inflammable means flammable in Spanish. Okay. So, looked good on the inside. It didn't see any major damage or anything like that. So, okay. Got the hard drive disconnected. Got the blue SCSI plugged in. Let's see what happens.
Noise.
I saw a scramble on the screen, which is always a good sign. Yeah, screen on this looks like really great. It's a little dark just because it probably does need to be recapped, but we're gonna we're gonna have to spin the camera here real fast.
Nice.
Yeah.
When I booked my room, I signed up for the little reward program just cause, and it's weird to sign in and have it say 0 points.
Thanks. You just gotta try harder.
Yeah.
All right, there we
Well,
go. That's pretty.
I'm about to hit 1 million on Hilton, so
Yeah. Look at how beautiful the screen is. I mean, it's really.
that looks good.
Actually,
That's
really
not
good.
bad. Oh, Sloopy Malibu. Yeah, sorry. Thank you for answering that, Garth.
Let's
I
do
was
some,
answering people's questions on the FujiNet forum about Ataris.
I know, Joe, because I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. I'm like, printer or microscope? Printer or microscope? Repair or build?
Well, buy the printer and
choose
print
your
it on a
purpose.
microscope.
I don't know.
I noticed on my 9600 the drive bay with the empty cover over it has no metal sled in it.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's normal or not.
There we go.
Somebody went cuckoo.
Yeah. I have to
Sloopy
set all the
Malibu.
clocks clocks ahead before I go to bed tonight.
Most of the
He's
clocks in
asking-
here change themselves.
Sorry.
It's already 2 a.m.
I was
it's not.
where answering what? I'm on the FujiNet Discord server in the hardware channel answering questions about an Atari 2600 XL.
FujiNet.
Atari 1200 XL, sorry, 2600.
Oh man. I was gonna say I put the SD card in my reader, and I somehow I may have dislodged the socket or something because it just went blip. It just went inside. I was like, ah!
You're really going to hate the V2 Blue Scuzzy because the external one's got a big old space above the socket. And if you put it in there wrong, it just disappears under the Pico. It's just in there. And you're like rattling it to get it out.
Nice.
I have this.
I have
weird
lodged.
case-
though, right?
I've lodged a design request change on that.
I have this weird case for mine, and it
Yeah.
is still annoying.
Yeah, that's the very, 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 very first.
It's sort of a pre-release. This is from before you even had your parts, Joe.
I got a notification on Mastodon.
I wish these used mini USB instead of micro because I've got 9 billion of those cords laying around.
Yeah.
Put a sticker on this one.
Straight up hardware.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It makes it all better. There you
Yeah.
go.
I did it too. Yep. I mean, I knew what it was, but I just sometimes. Gotta get
I have a
break.
leftover version 1 DB25 I haven't built yet. I think I'm just going to put it inside my Mac 128 that has the SCSI card.
Agreed, Joel.
Joe has a camera or a printer cam.
We'll get there.
Yep.
I hate the keyed nature of all that. I'm like, ugh.
It's always a third try.
Yeah, that's right. It's nope, yep.
Yeah, but even with Lightning on my phone, half the time it's like, oh, it's not charging, and then you flip it over and it works. So either the cord's dirty or I don't know. I hope the next iPhone has USB-C.
Well, it will in Europe because they basically the European Union was like, yeah, all this cable nonsense. Everybody has to have a standard. So
Yeah, but they did that
And
with
then-
micro. They said everybody had to have micro, so Apple just threw in Europe. They just threw in a little tiny connector that was Lightning to micro. That was their like, here we've complied.
That's hilarious.
it's funny.
Eric, you're still in Steve's
USB
basement?
USB-D.
USB-D. What would that even be? Joel, you should ping Interraptor and ask what the thing.
USB-D will be
USB-D.
USB-C with like a USB micro hanging off the side.
Hmm. What is? There's a weird USB B with like added ports on it for certain like applications that require like extra power.
That was
So
like
it looks
when they
like a
went to,
USB B and then it has shit underneath. Like it's a USB 3 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's USB 3, but it's got the old connector with like a little glob
Right.
added onto it.
Yeah,
Extra bits.
Ridiculous.
awful.
I want to think that actually USB-D would be something like a MagSafe connector, where it's not even something that connects, just like goes in there. I mean, how would you improve like USB-C? Obviously, right?
I'll figure it out. Fiber. It'll be fiber.
And the fact that you can do Thunderbolt and
Well, it'd be
USB
faster,
over
of
the
course.
same connector, it's like, why do we have to switch again?
Yeah.
Joe's thing is awesome. I love it.
Still think it sounds like the Swiss Family Treehouse.
What the hell happened?
It's blinking, Ron.
I know. I don't know why it's doing it.
The caps finally filled.
No.
So my 2FX is still running off a 5 1/4 inch spinning hard drive. Should I change that?
I wouldn't. I think it's cool when they when they
That's
run
fine.
well on the old original hard drives. Actually,
It's running sideways now.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that actually might be a problem. But I mean, you're not using. How often are you using it versus how often would you
I
use
turn
it
it
for?
on every once in a while during a stream or something. I don't do much on that computer.
Yeah.
Everything in that corner is just sort of like, it's just there. To the right of it, there's the rack that actually has modern stuff in it, like the gigabit switch and the router and stuff. But I'm running the Mac Mini that runs all that off of the old ADC monitor, which I think is hilarious.
All right, it acted like it didn't like my image that I just copied out there. Let's see.
Oh no.
Who are
Probably
they?
something.
Who are they to decide they don't like your image? How dare they?
I got this cheap pack of micro SD cards, and this one 8 gig one just doesn't show up at all. It's just like, nah, this is nothing.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I don't buy those cheap ones anymore.
Yeah, this is from like when I bought Blue SCSI
See,
1s.
there we go.
It's like the last straggler.
Oh, there you go.
I think I'll just throw it away.
I got a cloud disk. This SD card now basically acts as my, thing that I jam into the slots whenever I make a new one to clear out the flux.
This is so cheap it's got no label where the label should be.
You're right.
Some of them say
should-
cloud disk or layer disk.
You got to get it like
This one
you got to
says
get
nothing.
like one of these white pens and write like something on like Sam disk or something.
Crap disk.
Hey Garth, did you say Sam disc?
Yes, Sam disk.
I love it. Sam disc.
It's so close. You didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Or like this card that was in the printer I got from Joe. It's something NETAC.
What is that?
I mean, it works.
That's crazy.
But never heard of that before.
Here we are, back to the emulators. Back to the emulator we go.
What? So hypothetically, if I have a Blue SCSI version 2, and I want to
Yeah.
put a file I downloaded from like Macintosh Garden onto it,
Yeah.
can I just copy that onto that SD card and somehow with software get it into
Yeah,
that
if
Mac?
you've got a V2 with the downloader program that Eric wrote,
So how do I get the downloader program into the OS on there?
you use an emulator and you get it in there, or you put it on a
Okay.
floppy on a real Mac and then get it in there.
Don't copy that
I
floppy.
get it. I get it that a lot of this is a real catch-22 on trying to do certain things, but
I want to make some like curated images that do different certain things, but I've discovered that images I've created for like 040 systems do not work in 030 systems. Not always.
yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
or the other day, what happened to me is I used the emulator to set up an image for my Quadra 605, or I did like a every machine install of 755. And if you saw what was happening on my screen, where it was like the Apple II card was all corrupt.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
There is a 2CI 2CX video extension thing that
Yep.
ends up as part of 755. That was what was corrupt in the video.
I got the 9600 to boot off 755, my Universal
Ron, did
755.
you write a radar? What's
Just
the
enough to
radar
say
number?
no.
That's a bug, Ron. That's literally a bug. I love
What
it.
is? What?
It's a bug. I
thing
just
I
said,
found?
what's the radar? What's the radar number? You understand
Oh, I
that
don't.
reference?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Explain, please. No.
Adam, you
Explain,
know, right?
please.
Radar. Radar is
Like-
Apple's internal bug tracking system, like since.
Oh
ever.
yeah. When I tried to
It's-
boot the
So
the
that bit,
80
that's what would someone say, like you bring that up to someone and like blah blah blah. I've had this problem. Like, what's the radar? Did you write a radar? Like, why are you
Oh,
telling me about
that's-
this? It's like
Right. That's funny. No, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I think it's funny how every channel I'm on or watch, there's always a box from Joe in the background.
Yeah.
I was watching Adrian do something with old PCs, and there was a Joe's Computer Museum box sitting there on the desk.
I'm bad. I'm nationwide.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you're international, Joe. Actually.
Yeah. Well, not for
think
long
it's-
with the new EU regulations. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to continue shipping stuff to the EU
Oh,
without
really?
them charging the receivers like exorbitant taxes.
Just
Oh,
find a
really? Oh, boy.
somebody who can resell it for you and send them a big box once a year or something.
Yeah. Well, most of my sales to the EU are Blue Scuzzies, and there's already Blue Scuzzy sellers there, so I just stopped selling there.
Okay.
But if somebody wants a keyboard encoder, I'm like, I might have to find a reseller or somebody for those encoders.
I keep trying as hard as I can to find a keyboard that needs an encoder, and they all just work. Sorry.
Hey, what do you know?
Scuzz-
Got my-
Scuzzy Probe is a color. Was that in color? No, that couldn't have been.
No, this is a black and white. This is a
Yeah,
black and white.
that's-
I was gonna
Grayscale.
say. I was gonna say. It's like,
Monochrome.
hold on, that can't be color. It's a black and white.
Well, no, this is grayscale. This is a 1/8. But anyway.
There is a version of SCSI Pro with a slightly color interface, though.
So, anyway, what I've been trying to say is, you see these little screw covers here. These are very tacky. on
Ron,
this.
can you swallow your mic? We
They
can't
all-
hear you.
Okay, so check this out. You see these screw covers, right?
Yeah.
They actually they are disintegrating. They're very tacky when I touch them, and there is like a dimple in the middle of both of them where they are collapsing into the screw head. so these will, yeah, it's pretty funny. But anyway, the
Only time
that's like
will
a big
tell.
problem, and so is, and I'm gonna say nope, the plastic or the rubber or the plastic up here or rubberized stuff is in pretty good shape, but a lot of times this will disintegrate as well, and
Yeah.
there's not a lot you can really do about it.
Sounds like me.
Put some armor on it, Ron, on the good parts. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
preserve it a little bit longer.
Here you go, Garth. See, it goes this way.
Recognize that right away.
It doesn't go this way, remember?
I know. That's the right way. Did you guys
Yeah.
notice I've been posting? So I figured out when I joined Mastodon, and it's kind of mean. I mean, but maybe not. I was like, oh, I should get some followers and stuff, and so I literally just downloaded my whole Twitter thing because obviously, right, everything's going off the rails. But
Yeah.
and I was just going through all the media and stuff. I was like, well, I got a lot of good pictures in here. I was like, I'll just upload these randomly to Mastodon, and that's all I've been doing on Mastodon. Maybe once in a while I'll put something new, but just random stuff and. Not even all of it, obviously, but yeah, sometimes it's obvious. It's like the wrong table or the background's wrong.
I can put the Hulkintosh on it. Okay?
Now you just got to paint it green.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Spray paint it.
Sodium's here. Hi, Boop.
So
Hey,
beautiful,
sodium.
beautiful. 4
That looks
grays.
looks really good.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Really nice.
That's right. Ah.
Very little ghosting.
Copyright 1991.
Garth, was it you who tagged Ergotron
Yes.
with a picture of that?
Yes. Yeah, I pulled out all my stands recently from Archintosh, and I did a little short, but that actual picture was from like last year. I was putting everything away. I was like, wait, would this actually fit on there? And I was like, I put it on there. I was like, yeah. I was like, ah.
Yeah. What's funny is for a like a plus, but the
Yeah.
feet on the SE fit just fine.
Yeah, it'll fit. Yeah, SEs and pluses both. Actually, it looks really cool on a SE. I honestly, it's like the best one.
Yeah, I'll probably use it with a standard
Yay!
platinum SE or a SE30, not with the
Yep.
green guy. I used to play this game on the Apple II a lot. Never really played it on the Mac much.
See, the thing with playing it on the Mac is that it's actually responsive to your controls.
This game here?
Yeah.
Actually,
I
I'm
played it
running
When I
this-
played it, there was no Mac, so that was my excuse.
Yeah.
I played this first on Apple II, And then I played on DOS, which I realized, my God, the DOS one blew everything else away. It was amazing. But yeah, the Apple II one, my gosh.
It's like
can't believe my
frame.
patience. Yes.
Yeah, but for the time, it was so cool.
But it was amazing. It really was amazing.
Can I tell you something great about the Macintosh version of this game?
Yes.
The game actually runs at the wrong frame rate.
Yes.
The retail version of the game runs at the wrong frame rate. And what happened is it actually, for whatever reason, it's locked at 25 frames a second, which makes it all chunky and weird. So you see how the Prince is like really moving and doing here. If you play the regular retail version, which I also have here, you'll notice how he stutters the whole time. And I didn't really notice it as a kid playing it, but it's absolutely true. And so they went back years later and fixed it where it's now locked at 30 frames a second, and it works just great.
Okay, guard.
You know, obviously the art assets in this, especially for the Prince kid, are from the actual DOS version of Prince of Persia 2.
Touch me.
Did you see that? Did you see how on the 25 frames a second you can actually save yourself in midair? Yeah, that it is. Listen to the footsteps. He's like chunk, chunk, chunk.
That's cheating.
Yeah. There is some Cheater McGee stuff to do.
I need a twist tie. Oh, I know.
Ooh.
But you can download the speed fixed version of that out there on Macintosh Garden. It's quite a bit of fun. Quite a bit of fun.
Pay extra for that.
I think 4.0.9 requires... Oh, yeah. There we go. I was going to say PowerPC. I had one of those Gravis gamepads for Mac. It is the worst.
Jeez, yeah.
It is the worst.
Oh, yeah, those things suck.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that thingy.
Oh, cool.
Glider.
I forgot how you control it.
What is that under, Joe?
It's a poop emoji. I got some brown filament for my Apple III video encoders just because it's dark colored and it matches, the dinginess of the Apple III. And the first thing I printed, I'm like, this is brown. I'm printing poop. And so I did that, and then I painted it. And it usually sits upstairs by the kitchen, by the kitchen sink, just as a joke. But it's been down here for a while.
I love it, Joe.
Oh.
Oh my god!
I gotta figure out where to source this kind of connector.
I just gotta go ahead and die.
It's all like 16
well, you have one, so.
Huh?
Oh. Well, there's my high score.
Game over.
Got a high
Looks
score.
like 2.54 spacing.
Game
but the
over,
connector's
man.
just smaller.
Game over.
Alright, so let's see. Let's configure. Okay, so it's plus minus return space. Return is the battery and space is the thing. Okay.
Well, it uses 10 pins, so.
Okay, got it. Oh,
Is that screen starting to darken in the bottom left corner there? Or... Zodium.
on this? Yeah.
No, that's obviously Joe. What are you talking about?
You're just having a stroke.
Upper right hand corner it is. We are having some issues there.
If ever you see someone that looks like you, run.
Sodium.
Plus, Joe is not currently feeling like himself. He's feeling a little shitty today, as we can see. So, I mean,
This is true. I've been in a kind of a weird mood today.
how'd the car repair go?
Oh, fine. I mean, it's just a factor of, hey, I have to drive an hour away and wait for them to put oil in my car. And then because their website thing is stupid and didn't tell me that it would normally be a 6-hour service because transmission requires service, I had to tell them, I'm sorry, I have to refuse that service.
Ooh.
So I got all the other services done.
I've had a day and a half because so
Yeah, what's
last
going on with
night
you?
last night I was kind of like in my whole okay, I just want to kind of sit back and like relax for a minute after getting back from Seattle because I mean I've been back but I've still been kind of lazy mode. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna sit in front of the TV, fire up the Xbox, and well, I want to go watch some Twitch because I want to watch people play video games as I do.
Yeah.
Like I'm here right now watching Juan play a video game.
Right.
And come to find out, they updated everything while I was gone. So they pushed an app that doesn't actually work to consoles and smart TVs and all that stuff. So I'm like, this is garbage. What? I can't use this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a video from this. I'm going to go over to OBS and just rant for a minute because people on YouTube like that. My capture card just decided it didn't want to work anymore. So I'm like, why does technology hate me today?
Nah, not in the frame.
And it was one of those nights, and I'm just like, I give up.
I saw a lot of your pictures from your trip. Those were cool.
Yeah, it was an awesome trip. Thankfully, dodged a few cruise missiles because apparently a bunch of people who went on the trip got COVID. I didn't, or at least if I did, it's not showing up on a test and it's not affecting me all that much. I got some form of con crud though, which, interestingly enough, I was more cautious for this. I mean, for VCF, I just acted like I didn't care at all and got nothing. So it's funny whenever I'm cautious, something seems to happen, but it's neither here nor there.
Dr. Acula says 49.95. My ass.
That's too much.
Oh, that's a lot of money. Back now.
Back now.
Honorable mention to the in-game.
In the late 80s, mid 90s, that was like everything. That was insane.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah, but it didn't really cost that much. It was basically like that was a thing where it was like, oh, don't pay that. You don't want to pay that.
You know what's funny is there's a lot of there's a lot of
the gantry hit bench and moved it. Anyway.
Oh no. But while we're on that topic, the fun thing is like there's a lot of discourse right now for video game pricing because like with the new console generation, things have gone up to like $70 a pop now. And what I find funny is I remember back when I had a Nintendo 64 back in the late 90s, I remember my dad having to pay like $80 for some games. Like
yes.
I remember Oh no.
Hang tight, Exodium. You see how we're starting to get the
Yeah,
Go
that's
quicker,
what I'm saying.
Rod,
Oh
before he
no
dies.
about.
Yeah.
everybody can't talk at once. What? Well, I guess it wasn't
Recap.
important then. Yeah, recap.
Yep, recap.
Picture cam.
I'm gonna go to bed.
That sounds.
It's
That
now
sounds
It's
a
for
lot
the
of fun.
weak and materialist.
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Help me! I'm stuck in this printer.
Very cool. Hey, we made it. We made it through most of the, or we made it through all the PowerBooks I was going to show you. I got like a whole other box, but I figured I would just wait.
Yay!
Do that some other time. So let's go ahead and let's wrap up the stream before Eric goes. And if people want to hang out afterwards or something like that, that's cool. Whatever you guys want to do. It's probably very, very late based on your time zone. Except
In
Dave.
California it is not late.
Dave lives in the kingdom of yesterday.
And Garth and Zodium.
Everywhere, or I can't remember. It's like, hold on. There's a Futurama quote where it's like, where voting is closed everywhere
It's already an hour later.
from Tomorrowland to the kingdom of yesterday. So let's go through and let's go ahead and do wrap up. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, well, I'm Dave from Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. You can find me on YouTube, Mastodon, Twitter, I'll be streaming tomorrow. We do our annual every week Sunday streams, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget that tonight we bump our clocks up an hour, so everything's be an hour earlier, but it's still 8 o'clock. But however you want to look at it, same time.
8 a.m. is 11 a.m. here, not 9.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yes. And so so hope to see everybody tomorrow. And Garth, hand it over to you.
Yes.
Dave's cat has entered the chat.
Sort of like,
sorry.
Okay.
If hot tuna breath had a sound.
Okay, anyway, so thank you all for joining us. And well, of course, Garth Beagle, you can look for me on the YouTubes or internet or whatever. Joe, over to you. It was an awesome webpage, jcm-1.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Joe Stroh-Snyder of Joe's Computer Museum on the internet. You can find me on YouTube. You can go find me at jcm-1.com and get blue scuzzies and other cool things. You can follow me on Patreon and give me $1 or some amount of money, and then you can hang out with me in my Discord server. And you can follow me on Twitter and Mastodon at the link thing below. Yay, Eric!
Hey.
No, Eric said
Eric-
you can
John
find me on
Snoozen.
all the- Huh? What? Huh?
Eric John Snoozen.
Yeah, yeah. You can find me on the Twitters and YouTube and that stuff. That's it. That's all I got. Adam.
Hi. Oh yeah.
Hi, Adam.
I am Hulkintosh on Twitter and Mastodon, and Adam's Apples occasionally on YouTube. And
Fair enough.
Fake Joe.
Hi, I'm totally not Joe Stroh-Snyder, promoting not jcm-1.com. No, in all seriousness, I'm Exodium. You can find me at Exodium Retro on YouTube. I don't have the energy to go into the rest of my socials. You'll figure it out from there.
Great. And hey, I'm Ron with Ron's Computer Videos, and you can check out everything that I'm up to over at ronscompvids.com. That's ronscompvids.com. If you guys totally sus.
No.
If you don't have, oh yeah, thank you. If you haven't been there, it's basically just a redirect. That will take you to a link tree page. If you are a person, a content creator, something like that, and you don't have a website or something, and you just need an easy way to kind of keep your stuff organized, definitely check out Linktree. It's a lot of fun. So, only thing I would say is make sure to tune in for Dave's stream tomorrow. Keep an eye online. I think what our group really needs to do is we need to have some sort of group or something, or a way to broadcast better, like who's streaming and who's doing what, because I would love to be able to just it not be a surprise that somebody is doing something. I would love to be able to be like, oh man, I'm so excited about how Joe is going to do this thing one night. And I know that things kind of sometimes come together at the last minute, but I do like that Dave has his stuff that's always scheduled. It's just kind of a block that to show up and go watch that thing. So everybody else do that too. Anyway,
it's because Dave doesn't have ADHD like the rest of us weirdos. That's why.
But make sure to head over to
True.
The future is a construct to him. To us, it's non-extant.
No, it's not written until it's written. But the definitely head over to marcintosh.com, hashtag Marcintosh, and you can get more information about the month-long event that you are currently soaking in. That is all about classic Macintosh love. So definitely go check that out. Make some content, do some fun things, and that'll be really cool. It's got a logo up. Joe's breaking things. Nice, nice. So remember this week, make investments in kindness. Everybody's going through something, and you can be the difference in somebody's life. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for everybody that hung out and chat with us all this time. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, I forget. You got to hit end.